Garbage.
Put my faith in data, information. Ones and zeros never lie.
What is up, my peoples? CW Nash, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Garbage.
Garbage as usual. I'm doing all the redeems for you because you can't do them anymore, chat. Hello to everyone, and Forex was actually first today. Congratulations to you, Forex, for being first in chat. Who else is here? Steffi, hello. Rugmat, hello. Yost, hello to you. Ched Dev, it is not Friday, it's Monday. It is Monday. And I did, in fact, use data to confirm the go live message. So if you receive the go live message, you can know that it is true. Wasting valuable airtime. I'm not wasting any time. Juliana will show up soon. 4x, don't worry. Will Mill, hello. Nice to see you again as well. It's been a while. Who else is here? Kara, hello. Good to see you. Up is a 2009 Disney Pixar movie about two guys and a dog that go up in a house lifted by 20,622 balloons and travel to South America. Interesting. They go to South America? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Where is the subscription button? A Will Mill, there is no longer a subscription button. But you can drop one if you want. You can drop a subscription button. I like how the captions put in $1 when you said 20,622. Did they? That's funny. They automatically assume that's how much it costs. Like $1 per balloon, you know? Per balloon. Can we do the whole drop game thing today? Let me try. Today's drop game target is 99.90 or above. Let me see if I can pin my own message. I cannot. Whoever wants to copy paste that message, I will pin it for you. Oh, Kara was first. Kara gets pinned. Congratulations to you. I think that this is like the new first thing now, is who can get their message to be pinned first. It's great to see all of you. If you're here for the first time, my name is Maddie. Maddie Two Shoes. But yes, please, Kara, if you need to lurk, you need to lurk. If anybody needs to lurk, you can lurk. I'm happy to have you here, as always. Is the target just for fun? Oh, you think this is a game? You think this, the drop target, is a game? Wow. 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 I have not heard something that ridiculous in a very long time. If you hit 99.90 today or above in the drop game, you will win a prize. There is a prize to be won. I just realized I could also write it here. I could also write it here, but then it kind of takes up space on the stream. Drop game mines Bitcoin. Wouldn't that be... Wait. Can you mine Bitcoin in a browser? Can you mine Bitcoin in a browser? Because wait, so you're saying I could make a Twitch game? I could make a Twitch game called Amazing Stream Together, and then I could just hide a Bitcoin miner inside the game, and then hundreds of thousands of streamers install it on their super crazy powerful RTX 4090 graphics cards, and I get Bitcoin from that? Like, is that interesting? Interesting. There are times when you think you have come up with something original, and then it turns out that you simply adapted something that was seen long ago but forgotten. This is what happened with my copy-paste. It turns out I adapted this video. Your copy-paste was not original?
Camera, say so.
Wait. We need to know. The origins. The origin story. Wait. How do I do this again? I'm so confused. The origin story. Okay. Is this copyright? Probably not.
And there goes the boss of the opera. Say something.
Last night and night before, there was 3 women walking down the street that way. I saw them. I said, hey, you 3 women, why are y'all walking down the street that way? There's nothing down there. And they flew away. I saw them with some birds.
You adapted a meme and you didn't even know it was a meme at the time that you adapted it. Does that make you a meme artist? It could be. It might make you a meme artist. It might make you a meme artist. Will we be able to break the drop game again today? Because that would be very interesting, because we did that last time. So listen, chat, I need to actually still try and figure out something, because I didn't do it. I didn't have enough time before stream to figure it out. So I'm gonna see if I can figure it out before Juliana gets here. Because once Juliana's here, I won't have time to do this anymore. So if you could please be patient with me while I figure this out. And if you have questions, then I will answer those questions now. And I will talk a little bit about, while I'm figuring this out, I'm going to try and talk a little bit about what's going to happen today. Because today is a bit different than normal. Sort of. I guess. There's no bunny suit. It is 24.5 degrees in here. There's no bunny suit. Right now. Currently. There's currently no bunny suit here. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm just saying that currently I'm not wearing a bunny suit right now. So today's a bit of a different stream because we're going to have a guest.
Garbage.
You can always tell when chat likes something. You can just respond with garbage. I don't think this gift is allowed to be mailed. It's against the Geneva Convention. What do you think I'm going to send the person who wins the drop game? Do you think I'm going to send something really absurd and disgusting? Is that what you think? What are you not allowed to mail? Like, what kind of things are you not allowed to mail? What's like, you know, what's like illegal to mail? Like, Surströmming? Oh, yeah, Surströmming would probably be not so good. Not so good. Okay, I need to try something. Oh wait, I can't even do this live. I can't even do it while I'm streaming. To do it manually. Okay. That could work. That could work. Okay, I have an idea. I could just do it with you. Surströmming is fine, you just have to open it underwater. Yeah. Wild. Wild. Let me show you what this is about, chat. Let me take off studio mode. I need to figure out how to show a guest, but also if the guest is screen sharing. So that's a little bit of a challenge. Let me show you what I'm working with here. Okay, so this is my main scene. Oh, also we didn't cover meme of the day yet. Let's cover the meme of the day. Honestly, like, this is pretty much the best I could do for today. I'm not like super happy with it, to be very honest with you. But it's like the best I could do today because we're talking about behavioral data, which are all events. So that's kind of what I went for. I don't think it's like, not going to win any meme awards. It's not going to win any meme awards. And it's okay if you don't get it, Yoast, because I'm not really sure it even makes sense as a meme. Hey, Jay Walter. Good to see you again. So, you know, it's okay. You want to refund a meme? You know what you could do? You could stop resetting my status on co-working party. How about that? Because I put it in something before. Oh yeah, okay, no. Now it works, okay. Oh, hyperlinks work? Nice. Yeah, good, it doesn't reset anymore. Yeah, you're right, it didn't reset it. I was looking on the wrong line. Yeah. So, anyway, this is the meme of the day. Bad at golf? Join the club. Yeah, I don't know if this qualifies as a dad joke. But anyway, so if I was screen sharing, right? If I was screen sharing with this whole guest thing, then I would need to have a guest here. So I have a camera for that now. I have a camera for the guest. So when Juliana comes on, and we'll talk about Juliana in a second. When Juliana comes on, we can place Juliana here. Which is fine. I also need to check one other thing very quickly. Yeah. So there's that. As I get older, I think of all the people I lost along the way. Maybe a career as a tour guide wasn't such a good idea. Oh dear. Okay, so now you see, like, this is, we would now be talking in this kind of guest scene. And then in vertical, I have a scene for that, which is us split vertically, 50-50. which I think is pretty cool, actually. Oh, the line goes all the way down. That's not good. I just realized something. Hold on. 250. 1920 minus 250 is 1670. Sorry, I have to correct something. It's wrong. I only just noticed it. 1670. Perfect. So the vertical one... Oh, you can't see this. Wait. I'm going to show you. I want to show you this. TR guest off. So the vertical scene looks like this. It's half me, half guest. So this is the guest thing, which I think is pretty cool. Because then, you know, as long as you're more or less centered and talking to the microphone, I think that works pretty well. So that works fine. So if we want to have like clips, if we want to have vertical clips from the stream, we'll have those. I don't know if we'll be doing those, but anyway. Yeah. So about the thing. Yeah, so if I want now, if I want to have a guest and me and screen share, this is where it gets a bit tricky because I don't want to move chat. I don't want to move chat from the bottom left. Garbage. I want chat to be there. So I came up with a solution. So if I'm here and the screen share would then move to the bottom here, then I could put the guest on the left up here and I could be up here. But then I would have to move the topic thing. But then I could be up here like this. And then we could be discussing the thing down here and the guest will be over there. Because the guest thing is more important. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? What do you think of this layout, by the way? Is it aggravating all of you that have OCD? Because none of the corners are... nothing is straight. It's all weird angles, like clippy angles. But I think this works pretty well. Actually, I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. It's pretty funky. You're overlapping your screen. Yeah, I know. But that's the thing, like the screen, you won't need to see like 100% of the screen, you know? Like you don't need to see every single tiny corner of the screen. That's not a problem. Because the top is the URL bar anyway. So it's not a big deal, right? You know. So if it's like this, it's just covering part of the URL. So it doesn't matter. So I think that could work. It's just a bit manual. Like whenever I do this, I kind of have to go, okay, I want the topic back here. I want this camera off and I want the guest off. Because I configured some stuff. I configured some buttons for the different scenes, but I don't know, like if I do this or this, it does configure, but it only has the one configuration. It doesn't have all the... You're disappointed the chat overlay is straight. I mean, I need to find a chat overlay that has more cartoony edges. So I don't know. I would need to like find a better theme for that, in theory. But anyway, that's the idea. So that should work. Okay, that should work. Yeah. So let me just include. Yeah. So today's topic, in case you were wondering, is about measuring content performance. I don't know how many of you, who is a creator in chat? Who would call themselves a creator in any way? Would you call yourselves creators? Or even people who just write, maybe you're not a creator, but maybe you write blog posts, or maybe you do stuff on the internet. Garbage. Maybe you publish stuff on your websites. Kara creates problems. So if you are a creator in any way, shape, or form, then... Hi, Mohide, by the way. I create anxiety. Okay. Well, anyway, the point is that if you write anything or publish anything on the internet, imagery, text, combinations of the two, even videos, then you're going to want to ask, at some point, you're going to ask yourself, how do these perform? You know, how many views am I getting? How many likes am I getting? Like all this kind of engagement stuff, right? Now, I've taken away all the engagement on my stream, but let's not talk about that. So you're going to ask yourself at some point, you're going to ask yourself, how can I measure these things? And typically, it would actually be really difficult. It would actually be really difficult to measure kind of how content performs, because all content is consumed in different ways. By the way, Rugmat, very close on the drop game. So all content is consumed in different ways, right? Because a video, you measure video engagement through how far does someone watch the video through, for example, like average view duration. Or, you know, in a blog, you might want to measure scroll depth. With an image, you might want to see if people scrolled through a gallery or if people click through a gallery of multiple images. Like every content has like its own
information.
Yeah.
Ones and zeros
Its own
never lie.
format. And that's typically really hard to deal with. Hi, Rick. Good to see you. So you need to figure out. So Mohid, it could be marketing. But it could also be you as a person. You could publish on a blog or a website of your own. You could publish your own content, right? And you might wonder, okay, I've published 6 blog posts this year. Which of my blog posts was the most viewed on my website? And not only necessarily in terms of number of views, but maybe in proportion to all of the traffic you had or whatever. Like you could imagine all this kind of stuff. And this is not about funnel cake, okay? Yoast, this is about a simple thing. It's not even a funnel, actually. It's not even a funnel. It's not even a funnel. It's if you have something online, whatever format it is, whether it's text, video, imagery, whatever it is, you want to understand how people are interacting with it. It's that simple. Not even metric. I mean, ChedDev metrics is, of course, like the ultimate goal is that you define some kind of target for yourself and then you measure those targets. But at the baseline level, you just want to even understand, like, how do people even see this? Like, are people even seeing this in the first place? Especially if you consider that, like, a web page, it might cut off here in the middle, right? People would have to scroll down to see that there's a video, or half the image is cut off, or all this kind of stuff, right? So that is the idea behind today's sponsored stream, courtesy of Piwik PRO, who you have heard about before, probably, because we did a sponsored stream about a month ago. Was it a month ago? 18th of March. Yeah, so month and a bit. And it's very simple, really. Wouldn't this always be relative to expectations? You may have expectations. Sure, Yoast, but you also just might want to know. Like if you write your first blog post and you've never written a blog post before and you publish your blog post on your website, how do you know? Like, can you even set a target for yourself? 100 people are going to read it, 200 people are going to read it. Like, maybe you don't have a target. Maybe you just say, let's just go with it, you know? Maybe you just publish and then you look at it after the fact. I'm not saying that you should do it that way. ChedDev has not heard about it, so you can use the pivot command to check out. They do have a free plan that you can check out. It is a full suite analytics software, so you do not need to get other tools in order to get measurement up and running. And so the first stream that we did with Piwik was about getting Piwik up and running on your website, which I showed you in the stream was actually really easy to do. even without a tag manager. Like if you want to just hard code it, ChedDev, you're very technical, right? So you could easily just hard code all that stuff into your website, but it's even easier in theory if you use something like a tag manager. Because you could just slot the tag manager in and then you just click around, right? Maybe you're like me and you just don't know anything about what you're doing. Hello, Andreas. Does any of us really know what we're doing here? I mean, be honest. Do you really know? Also,
like and subscribe. Bye.
Head over to YouTube if you want to see the past stream, by the way, ChedDev. It's up there. Any tips on running a database on slow hardware like a Raspberry Pi? I have never thought of running a database on a Raspberry Pi before. I would take a light database like maybe DuckDB. I would take something that has very, very good performance, but doesn't have a lot of requirements. I've never run a database on a Raspberry Pi before. Someone in chat might have. Maybe. So anyway, yeah. Piwik is great for getting started if you have a content website. Like if you have a website that has blog posts on and stuff like that. And today we're going to have Juliana on. Juliana's going to talk about herself as well a little bit. I'll give a little bit of an intro before she comes on as well. She's going to come on in 30 minutes or so. So we'll take a short break before then, just so I can get everything set up with Juliana. And then she'll come on and we will do a few different things. We will talk about content performance. So she's in a much better position to talk about this because I publish things on platforms that have measurability for me, right? Like if I stream on Twitch, Twitch tells me how many viewers I had, right? Tells me average viewership, average chatters, blah, blah, blah. If I publish my YouTube videos, YouTube tells me what the click-through rate is, right? That kind of stuff. But if you publish on your own platform, if it's like your own hosted website and you're not running like a Spotify, you're not running like a Shopify site or something that has built-in analytics, you won't know. You simply won't know. So you have to run your own analytics. And that's why there's so many analytics tools, because so many people build their own websites. Why that is, I don't know. Why do you build your own website, chat? Why make your own website in the first place? I mean, I say that having my own website. Why don't people use templates more often for websites? I mean, like packaged solutions. And nobody come in here with WordPress. I don't want to hear about WordPress. Why don't people use what's available to them? Because I don't want to play the YouTube algo game. Wait, so ChedDev, you're uploading a video to a video service like Vimeo or something, and then you're embedding that on your website? Is that what you're doing? So you have Piwik PRO deployed on your personal page? No, I do not. I do not. I do not have Piwik on my own personal website yet. I do not. We have it on a test website. We have it on a test website called Handy Person. If you want to go to the website, you can. So we deployed Piwik PRO onto this site, and we have it running on this site. This is not a garbage website. This is a high quality website that I spent hours and hours building for you, so that you could see all the features that websites have to offer, right? Like look at all this amazing content here. Look at all these things that you could be measuring. right? If your site looks anything like this, you could be measuring all this stuff here, right? Look, you can even rent cool trucks like Lastabil or Bob the Bagger, right? Or the iTruck Pro Max Ultra for $1,049 a day. You could be renting all these things right now, and I would know what you're doing. Assuming you accept the privacy policy and accept that I collect the data anonymously about what things you're clicking on this website. By the way, I have Piwik deployed on my blog, as well as 8 other analytical tools. Why do you have 8 analytical tools deployed on one site? Is that to like benchmark them against each other? I suppose that works. I suppose that's a way to do it, right? That's one way of doing it. I mean, yeah, Forex is in marketing, for sure. I'm gonna take off the data daddy hat for a bit. So, metrics on metrics on metrics. Definitely. Metrics on metrics. Are you winning, son? It's not even pixels, it's JavaScript. That's the crazy thing. You were at 11, but that's what you're doing for differences, right? That's cool though. That's actually pretty cool. It means that you can provide, I guess with a smaller sample size, right? But you can provide the trackers. You can say if the trackers are tracking the tracker, and if the tracking of the tracker is correct, then you're tracking the right thing. And that's very valuable. It's absolutely very valuable. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever run 8 tools in parallel. I've run 3 in parallel before. We've had 3 analytics tools at once, but never more than that. Never more than that. It's interesting. By the way, so how are y'all doing? It's Monday. It's Monday. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Ghost Daddy and Chris, good to see you again, both. Great to have you here. My weekend was a little bit stressful and also very enjoyable at the same time. I have been preparing for a larger consulting engagement that I have, which is why this is actually going to be the last stream until the 27th of May. So we're gonna have a 2-week break in between. Yeah, because I'm flying away. I'm going away, and I have no chance to stream in between. One interesting problem is that Piwik and Matomo deployed at the same time, and they have the same libraries. Garbage. So it has to be modified to work in parallel. Oh, yeah. That's a problem. So I'm going to be going to another country. Should I say where I'm going? I don't even know. I guess I could say where I'm going. Let me think about this for a second. Is there any risk? I think I could say. Oh, I already did, didn't I? Yeah, thank you for reminding, Steffi. I'm going to be going to Azerbaijan. I'm going to Azerbaijan because a company has hired me to run an analytics training, and I will be there on site. Yes, Azerbaijan. Just next to Georgia. The country, not the state. And oh, interestingly enough, I will also be in Georgia in September for a conference. I have to put that on my website actually. No, not the state. Not Georgia, the state. The country. Stop asking me. Chat. Why are you asking me this? Would people say, wouldn't people say I'm going to the US and then say specifically X, you know? Azerbaijan is a state, not a country. What? No, wait a second. No. No. We're not going down this rabbit hole. Is Azerbaijan a state? It's a unitary semi-presidential republic. Wait. It's one of 6 independent Turkish states. Yeah, but it's not a state in the sense. It's not a state in the same way that Georgia is a state. Technically, you could call Georgia a nation state. Ah, yes. But I'm not going to Georgia nation state yet. I'm going to Georgia nation state in September. But I'm going to Azerbaijan next week. So, I mean, I'm leaving on this weekend. And yeah, I've been hired to run an on-site. Actually, it's a hybrid course, but we're doing a on-site week with many people from the company. It's about 30 people, and yeah, it's a lot of work to prepare for. I mean, it's a week of on-site training, so I had to prepare quite a bit of material. Chat. I had to prepare quite a lot of things. So yeah, Andreas has a friend from Georgia, the country. And I definitely don't put on a Georgian accent when around her to piss her off. Could also ask you, Georgia, east of Europe or west of Europe? Yeah, Eastern Europe. I would say in general, there are locations you could easily say you were going to in the US without saying where. Yeah, like if I told you I was going to New York, then you would know where I was going. If I said I was going to Alabama. Oh no. New York. No. New York. Okay. But you don't fly into a state. You fly into a city. Like you can't fly into an airport that is a state. Like an airport is in a city. You know? Yeah, New Amsterdam, exactly. That's a good show, by the way. No, don't say Washington. Washington is a trap. Washington is a trap. I know Washington's a trap. Because someone's going to say, oh, Washington, do you mean DC or state or whatever? It's some weird thing. The point is, I'm going to take a break. Taking a break. I'm not streaming during that time. I'm certainly not taking a break. I have so much going on. I'm going to be in Azerbaijan. And then when I come back from Azerbaijan, we're actually going to a wedding of some friends of ours. So yeah, that's why I took 2 weeks off. And yeah, it's going to be a very busy time. It's going to be a very busy time. So yeah. Hi, Ian. Washington, D.C. or Washington, the state, or one of the dozen towns that are also called Washington. Are there that many towns called Washington in the US? You grew up in New York, but now you live in New York. Non-caps. You say that as someone who grew up on the other end of New York near Niagara Falls. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty close to Canada then. It's pretty close. I was at Niagara Falls as a kid, of course. That's like, we rode on the Maid of the Mist, which is the boat that goes underneath, like behind the falls. Which is pretty cool. They give you like ponchos because you get very wet. My sisters worked the Maid of the Mist gift shop. That's wild. That's wild. That's wild, Chris. You lived in Poughkeepsie. Where is Poughkeepsie? And in New York City. Ah, so when people say New York, they say New York City. So that they don't like, they dispel any kind of weirdness with the state. But who says they're going to a state? Like, why do people say that? Like, why do they say, I'm going to, like, sorry, like Canadians, okay? We don't say, I'm going to Ontario. Like, why would you say that? Like, just say where you're going. Just say the place where you're going, you know? It doesn't make sense to me. Hey, CDVR. Good to see you again. Finally catching you on here again. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't seen you around as well. So, yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Oh, Juliana has just posted on LinkedIn about us. Chat, it's getting real. So it's a small town. I could see them saying that. Maybe they just want to prolong the conversation. Hey man, where you going on vacation? Florida. I think there is a stigma about letting people know exactly where one is going. Really? Okay, I guess, like, okay. So I'm telling you all I'm going to Azerbaijan, right? There's only really one larger city in Azerbaijan. If you really want to go to Azerbaijan, if you really want to meet me there, I will meet you in Azerbaijan, schedule permitting. Like, if that's really what you want to do, we can do that. Like, I'm not terribly concerned about that, but I'm also a white male, so I'm very privileged in that position, okay? But I can understand some other people being a little bit more cautious about saying that kind of thing on the internet. You know, with the whole privacy thing. So, you know, but like, you know, it's a bit of an unusual situation because most live streamers don't stream as themselves, right? They have some kind of identity, facade, you know, in front of them that prevents you from knowing who they are. Anyways, that was the whole reason I asked at the beginning, because if you were coming to New York City, I was going to buy you a beer. That's very nice of you, Chris. I appreciate that. I'm not planning on being in New York City anytime soon. But yeah, only programmers are crazy enough to be themselves on stream. I mean, listen, Andreas, there are exceptions to that, okay? Like if you look at a lot of the programming, section, I mean, even Prime doesn't use his real name. He has an identity. I mean, there's so many people who have an identity. Even Trash Puppy, for example. By the way, let's shout out Claw Member. We've got Trash Puppy. We've got Finite Singularity. You know. Yeah, and I'm not a programmer anyway. And no, Chris, I don't hate you. Of course not. No. I don't hate anybody, actually. I don't truly hate anyone. You'd be surprised, but I have several investors who have several startups in Baku and they're raving about it. So I am very excited. Very, very excited to be going to Baku, because honestly, like, for me, like, it's super crazy to think of this place, because I did a little bit of research and there's just so much to see and so much to do. Like, there is, for example, a giant area outside of the city, naturally, but there's a giant area outside the city that has lots of natural gas pockets and it is permanently on fire. This entire place is like permanently burning because of the gas coming out of the ground. And I mean, that's just something, like, it's so interesting. And there's a very big mix of cultures. Of like very old cultural traditions and then massively modern buildings. So yeah, anyway, that's the reason I'm going to be away. So with about 10 minutes left before we get Juliana on. So Juliana will be here. Rick, don't worry. We're gonna have Juliana come on in about 10 minutes or so. The idea behind this stream is very simple. We're gonna do a bit of chit chat. Juliana and I are going to talk about event data. We're going to talk about behavioral data. We're going to talk about why it's so difficult, like what makes this such a challenging topic. We are also going to do a bit of a demo. We're going to do a bit of a demo of Piwik, about how Juliana has Piwik set up on her blog, where, by the way, she gets a crazy amount of traffic on, like quite a good amount of traffic. So that's very exciting for those of you who have a blog or do any kind of writing. This is definitely up your alley. It could also be also for people who just, you know, write casually. Like, it doesn't need to be long form. Like I said, it could be images. So we're gonna have a bit of a chat. We're gonna have a demo. We'll have questions and all that kind of stuff. Hi, Juliana. Oh, we have to VIP you. Can't believe you're not VIP. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So yeah, Juliana has a good amount of traffic. Good amount of traffic. And yeah, that's kind of the idea with this whole thing. So of course, all of you can ask questions all the time. You can ask what we're doing, ask what we're talking about. You can really ask whatever you want, right? The entire stream is really for you all, right? Of course, I learned something as well. But in general, it's really about you and you learning more about Piwik and more about what it's capable of, but also, I mean, it is a sponsored stream, of course, but also about this topic. Like, behavioral analytics is massive, right? People use your products. You have to understand how they're using them. It's not rocket science, but it can be very complicated. So that is kind of the whole shebang. That is kind of the whole shebang. And like I said, if someone asked earlier, if you do land in the drop game, if you land 99.90 or above today, you win a prize. I will send you a prize. I'm not kidding. No one has managed to do it for 2 years. 2 years, 3 years? How long has the drop game been running? A long time. Can it be above 91? Nope. Sorry there. I saw your land. It has to be 99.90. So the thing is, it's been so long that someone hit 100. By the way, it was only me that hit 100 in the drop game. It's been so long since anyone has hit 100 in the drop game that I figured, okay, it's just that difficult. So I keep lowering the threshold by 0.01 every stream. That's it. It's that simple. Now, if I hit 100 again, I don't know. I will probably turn off the drop game if that happens. Like, if I hit 100 in the drop game and I'm the only person to do it and I do it twice in a row, I think that's wild. Like, that's craziness. Hey, Cypher. Very cool topic. I saw implementation with Universal Analytics e-commerce tracking years ago, with which the data person measured the content consumption on a pure content site using e-commerce. Interesting. I don't know how Juliana has set up. I guess we're going to see it, how she's done it, but I do not think that Juliana has used e-commerce setup. Because that doesn't make a lot of sense. But also RIP Universal Analytics e-commerce for sure. It's no longer viable. No longer viable. Ain't selling shit on my website. I am not selling anything either, actually. Although, if you would like to support my work, of course you can do it on Patreon. Best segue ever. Yeah, so if you have questions, then yeah, we can queue them up already. But of course, you should keep the questions for afterwards when Juliana comes on.
Like and subscribe. Bye!
Question 1, do you know the Muffin Man? Do I have to sing the song? Because I'm not doing that. And no, I do not know the Muffin Man. Who is the Muffin Man? And is there a Muffin Woman? He lives on Drury Lane. Isn't that a lot of personal data leakage, though? I mean, why are we doxing the Muffin Man? Like, that's not cool. All right, chat. So we're gonna take a couple minutes break soon, in order to get Juliana on the stream. And in the meantime, of course, you can all ask, put your questions in chat. If you have any questions for Juliana, so we can have them queued up, you can put your questions in chat. I'll try and remember them. I don't know how long this meme of state versus country is gonna live, but you know, I can see it's alive and well. Yeah. Is this a Juliana background? How weird. Didn't expect that. Don't lower your expectations. Don't undersell yourself, Juliana. Juliana's amazing. Okay. So, don't undersell yourself. It's very important. Live streaming is all about saying that you're the best. A lot. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition either. That's true. Nobody expected the Spanish Inquisition. So yeah, we're gonna take a short break, and I don't know how long the break will be exactly, but it will be, there will be a short break. And after we come back, there'll be more than one of us here. It's kind of wild. That's how it works. So I will see you all in a few minutes once we've sorted out everything, and I look forward to seeing you all still here, because there's no ads, so there's no excuse to leave the stream. But also, if you do want to get a drink or a snack or whatever, now is a very good time to do so. Definitely. So do that. Do that and watch clips if you are bored in the meantime. Goodbye.
Can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I've got my data.
Do it live.
I've got my
write it and we'll do it
data.
live.
Yeah, I don't.
My faith in data.
Stop it.
Oh no! He is doing Divide by Zero Fool.
Link. If I can even look while I'm half enhanced. You can link it in chat if you like. Oh no! What's happening? What's happening, chat? What's going on? Oh my gosh. Twitter AFP. Yeah, but Twitch hasn't said anything yet, right? Oh, sorry, I didn't mute. Sorry. There we go. I'll be sure to let you know. Anyway, just in numbers. So I should definitely up... You're welcome, Cypher. I gave maximum effort on that one. So I hope you're happy. Maximum effort. All the timing on that was so good. A clip, and a clap. Yeah, anyway. No, I'm afraid of the line. No! Ah! It hurts! It hurts so bad. Oh, I did like a 9949 Modulo 360, bruh.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible. And I landed that after like a sweet kickflip. Once the channel is configured. And that happens here. No channel defined. Stray electrons. 45 degrees of electrons! I hope you enjoyed that, Lady Joy. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I may have adjusted something by mistake. I think I broke it. Or maybe Twitch is throwing a fit. It's also possible. Time warp. 21. There you go. Drop game died too. Maybe it really is like a Twitch thing. At midnight, it like switches servers or something. Working on my website a little bit. If you want these glasses, Tim, you can actually make them yourself. Order some clear round frames from Amazon, and then you can make them yourself. Oh, we just got time warped, didn't we? Oh boy, that is, wow. Okay, that is, that's quite a time warp there. Thank you very much, whoever that was. I heard the sound. A clip, 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 and a clap. And then you got your Twitch clip. But yeah. Why would you do that at the moment of the raid? Why would you do so? No! And a time warp. Oh my word. Oh. Shame on you. Shame on all of you. Super fun. Follow me on Patreon. It's free. You get stream recaps. You get to find out what we did in the data cafe. You get all the links. It's completely free. Oh, does this work on this scene? Oh, it does. Oh, it's amazing. That's so cool. Thank you, Captain Beard. Thank you to the new followers. Bweezy, JXR, Rex, Rexonus?
Why? Why? Why?
Here it is. It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
Maddie's stream is incredibly exhausting.
Exhausting. I'm tired
Yeah.
already.
I promised you to talk about dick pics.
Steffi 128 Duck is Screenshot. J. Walter Duck is Screenshot.
Okay. Thank you very much. Oh no.
J. Walter Duck is Screenshot.
Perfect thumbnail, chat. Absolutely wonderful. Accessibility, hotkeys, video, audio, output. Oh, 6.9. Light cursing is okay. Not that one.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You should have warned me about this.
Should have warned you we're live.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Please say hello to Juliana.
Yay. I just found out that I cannot curse, so that's this wasn't in the terms of conditions when I signed up. I'm not quiet.
I'm gonna bump. I'll bump her. It's okay.
Okay, I thought it was me.
I can bump. 1 second.
I'm bumping myself too, but.
No, I can bump you. It's fine.
Yo, Shiva, what's up? Hey. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm just turning up your volume a little bit so people can hear.
Oh, thank you. That's pretty essential.
Is that better, chat? That should be better. Juliana, why don't you give a short...
Nothing.
You can give just a short intro about yourself. That would be the best, actually.
Yeah, I'm Juliana and I do stuff on the internet. That's all I say about myself.
Very
lately.
good, very good intro. I should mute myself. Oh yeah, okay. Of course I should mute myself. Is the music too much when we're both talking? That might be a bit much, huh? It might be a bit much if we're both talking, but yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I have like I have ADHD, so like I'm like extremely overstimulated by everything going on right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel old, bro. Like all this makes me feel old. It's like the first time I went to an internet cafe when I was like, how much, you know, like maybe like 12 or 13, and everyone was like ASL, PLS, you know, all this, you know, shortcuts, and I'm like, shit, you know, like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that.
No, I mean shit is okay. We have a meme that
Okay,
plays
good.
shit anyway.
Okay,
You actually
great.
triggered it. You actually triggered it earlier.
Yeah.
So my chat doesn't know a lot about much outside of programming because most people here are like programming nerds. I mean, there are some data people in
That's
chat.
awesome.
If you're a data person in chat, then put your hand up.
Can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Oh yeah, actually
We'll do it
that's
live.
that's a cursing. That's a
Do
cursing
it
one.
live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
It wasn't me.
Who are you calling nerd? Okay, you are all self-declared nerds, chat. Let's be honest, okay? Most of you are self-declared nerds. But I think so. If you had to describe yourself in the context of the data world, Juliana, because obviously if people do, if you just say you're a data person, then people are kind of wondering what's going on. Don't worry about chat flashing me. They will continue to do this.
I have epilepsy, bro. Like, this is not starting good.
Oh, will that trigger you? Oh no. Will that trigger you?
We'll see. You're about to
Okay.
see something really beautiful, perhaps next.
Okay, we have to turn that one off. We can turn that one off for today. No
It's fine. It's fine.
I didn't even know
No,
that.
I mean, I can. You don't know. Well, you don't know a lot of stuff, but yeah. So
I turned that one
yeah,
off. It's okay.
what am I in the data specter? I don't know. I'm just like kind of the person that looks at numbers and draws conclusions. You know, that's kind of what I do. And I'm a strategist. I know enough, I guess, technical implementation to, you know, pass as mediocre, which is great.
So you're not really a techie, actually.
I am a bit of everything. I'm a technical marketer, I think. I'm from Romania. Chad.
Yeah. Ched dev.
You know, yeah, I'm from Romania. I mean, of course, I'm a technical marketer. Like, I build products, I market them, I sell them. But I'm not. Can I SQL? No. Can I write JavaScript? No. Can I read it and understand it? Yes.
Chat's gonna go insane because you just said you don't know how to write SQL.
I mean, I can write, you know, the basic stuff like select where from. I tried, but when they started with the subqueries, I just got super bothered because I don't understand. This might be sexy or popular or unpopular, but I don't understand the purpose of subqueries when you can do different joins. Like
you don't need subqueries. You can just
not
use
according to those
table
people on
expressions.
data camp. Not according to them people. And I just got like so depressed with the subqueries.
I'll tell you a secret.
It's not worth it.
I'll tell you a secret. Nobody knows this because actually I only told my fiance.
Why?
I applied to a role at Data Camp very recently for
Okay.
for our content instructor, and they chose someone else. And I will just say that there was no choice for that course. For the content that they wanted, for the type of delivery that they wanted, I was the only person qualified for that. They had no other applicants, and someone somewhere internally picked someone from someone who knows someone rather than picking on qualifications. So DataCamp in their positioning, like they fell a lot of positions for me by doing that, because it shows that they don't prioritize content knowledge and expertise. Yeah. Ignore
I am a
anything
fan
that
of
RightJoin
joins.
writes, by the way. RightJoin is the best join. You should ignore that.
But you were the one that actually told me to take that SQL course years ago.
Yeah, so
Yes,
most of the
because you
content
came
on
into my
DataCamp,
podcast.
yes, and most of the
Yes,
content on DataCamp is really good. I'm even a DataCamp affiliate.
I know because I used your code when I signed up.
Oh, really? Awesome. That's great. If anyone
And
else
we know
wants to
each
use
other
the
for a
code in
long
chat.
time.
Yeah, Julia and I, so wait, I was trying to figure out, we met online at Measure Camp Europe. Was that right?
No, bro. We met because you did this product analytics course when you
Oh,
when
CXL.
yeah, and I worked at CXL.
That's right.
So I found your course, and then I liked your course, and then I said hi. So that's how. No, actually, yes, that's how. Or through Timo.
No, Timo I met after you for sure.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what it is.
That's a long
I took
time.
your course. I
That's a
know
long
it's
time.
been. Yeah,
That's
like
easily
5-6 years.
Yeah. Well, the CXL course I think was almost 8 years ago. Because we've been here in this flat, we've been for 4, and I recorded the CXL one after shortly moving into the other one. Yeah. So it's like
It was a good course.
7 years. Do you think so? Because someone took it recently. Someone took it recently and posted on LinkedIn that they got the certificate and everything. And I was thinking like, oh, it must be so outdated by now. I mean, it's at least 6 years old, right?
I mean, yeah, but it's a difference between something being outdated and being bad. It just, of course, product analytics has changed quite a lot in the last years. It became kind of like we didn't have so much going on. I mean, we did probably, but we didn't know. So it wasn't, but it does definitely need an update with everything going on right now in products. So for sure.
Yeah. I guess, I wonder if they would want to do a refresh on it or just wrap it into something else. Because
why not? Why not reach out to them?
My core question for you. I'll put on my data daddy hat for this question.
Shit.
So do you think product analytics is its own discipline? Do you think it deserves like its own title, just like data mining and product analytics? And like, do you think like this whole niching in the data space, do you think that's more harmful or good, kind of? What's your take on that?
I mean, I would say that I don't think it's needed to be niched out, in my opinion. I think so let me put it like this. You have a company that has different teams. You have the finance team, you have the customer service, you have marketing, you have sales, you have product, you have engineering, right? Different teams, all of them work together. And each team will have their own metrics and KPIs that they will follow, ideally, to justify that the work that they're doing is bringing something to the business. So imagine if you create like engineering analytics, finance analytics, customer support analytics. Like, of course, you will have them that will be specific. Like engineers, for instance, if you develop a mobile app, engineers would look at rage clicks, at crash analytics, at different things like this, while the customer service people would look at tickets number or NPS or customer satisfaction. And myself as a strategist, I'm going to look at everything because I want the full story. And then you have marketing people that look at attribution, campaign performance, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. So if we are to break down all the teams in a company that ideally should use data into categories of their own, I mean, I don't see it. That's kind of, it's also kind of like, I guess, pushing towards the silos that exist inside inside companies. That's why data cannot win or experimentation cannot win, because people have the impression that what they're doing is more important than the other, but actually everyone is kind of trying to work together to the same goals. And I do get along the best with developers and engineers because I come from product, so I understand.
Aha. So let me come back to one small thing. So there's this like triage already happening if you consider like pure analyst roles. There's like finance analyst or SaaS metrics analyst, even like at larger companies that are SaaS, right? So do you think specialization then is more harmful, because not only are they making a division in terms of let's say like with product analytics versus like maybe log file analytics or something, maybe it's like a different approach to a problem, but with finance analyst or health analyst, right, they're making a kind of topical cut and saying like you need different levels of topical knowledge. So do you think that's also not like, do you think that kind of specialization is also harmful in that sense for the industry?
No, I mean it's let's go from this metaphor. If you are going to med school, you will probably specialize to be a foot doctor, or I don't know, eye doctor, ear doctor. But at the beginning, you have to learn all the things so you can understand how the eye sits inside of the body or where the leg is attached to. So you have to understand the full story. You have to have general knowledge to then specialize into something, because otherwise you're kind of working, without context. So you need context. Context is kind of like the key to understand how you can solve a specialized problem. And I can give you like for instance, AI. Let's talk, because everyone likes to talk about AI.
Chat, we're
People
talking
think
about
that
AI. Listen up.
people think that if they're using a commercial LLM like GPT, like Claude, like whatever, and they write smart prompts, they have the impression that, oh my god, I'm really fine tuning this output from the machine. No, you're not. It's a very big difference. But if you would have enough context, you would use a transformer or an adapter. You would, use a model to fine tune the data that you're feeding it to get better outputs, but you would have the context. So back to your question, I don't think specialization is wrong. Everyone will specialize in whatever the hell they want, but you need to understand the whole context. And basically everything that happens, if we're talking about businesses, everything that happens within the business context is considered truth. But what's outside of business context is not truth. So strategies outside of the business context make no sense because they're not based on, the truth. So kind of like that's where I am.
Mm-hmm. So your specialization, in a way, is around content, or like you have more experience now recently about. I mean, you've previously been in like CRO type thing, like conversion rate optimization, and obviously content optimization is a kind of subset of that, right? So, in the space of content optimization, what do you think, what makes it so challenging? Like, what is the, if you see people, let's say people in here in chat have a website, right? And they have like a little blog on their website. What makes it so difficult, in your opinion, aside from the technical aspect? Sure, like we talked about that briefly before you came on, about, if you have your own website, you also need to roll your own analytics. Like most people don't use integrated platforms like Squarespace, right? They just don't have those built-in analytics. So if you don't have built-in analytics, you got to roll your own, where of course Piwik is an option. But what's the real challenge for people, assuming they solve the technical part? What's the real challenge then?
Understanding if the content is actually valuable to their business goals, or if it leads to any type of outcome. Stepping a bit back, I don't specialize in content. I'm a product person, and currently I do product and experimentation, CRO, business data strategy. I work in an agency, so obviously I do a bit of everything. The content part is something that I do for community. I don't charge for it. I don't even know where that came from. I swear to God, it's probably my Mac. Go away. So the content part is I own a blog. I can link it here. It's called julianajackson.com. and I write about mobile app optimization or mobile apps or CRO or experimentation or AI, specifically natural language processing. So, of course, for myself, because I don't have any financial incentive at the end of it, the only thing that I have is my vanity. So of course, because I do like any type of person in this world that actually does content, and you people say, no, we're just doing it for shits and giggles. We don't know. We don't need to be told that our content is great. Shut up. Okay, cool. Thank you. So I do use an analytics tool. In this case, I use Piwik PRO to check if people actually read my stuff. And mostly, like, I'm not interested in a business. I don't have any business context because I don't make any money from my blog. But I'm interested to see who's referring my blog, how
Mm-hmm.
guest posts perform versus my actual posts. And especially when I launch a new article, I like to see, like, where are people coming from. I actually also use LinkedIn as a primary source of promoting my stuff. And if you look in my dashboard, you'll see that LinkedIn is a huge chunk of it. So that's how I know that LinkedIn is worth the time for me to invest, although it's a cesspool of stuff. But that's not the topic of the stream today.
The
But
other
if you're a
platforms.
company,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but if you're a company, let's say you're a publisher, all you do is content. The thing is, like, you have to understand what's your most important north metric, north star. And for a company that's a publisher, that's what they sell. It's actually the real time part. Like, everything has a very, very, I guess, like, fast expiration date. So you
Hmm.
need to see in real time how your content is performing. But the problem with real time dashboards, in general, is that they need a real time person to make real time decisions, which is very hard, if not impossible, sometimes to to achieve.
I
So
mean,
because you
yeah, I don't know any company today that has someone who just sits around all day watching
like, oh, this
analytics
looks
stuff and going,
interesting,
"Oh, this looks interesting. Let's do
let's
something
run a
with this,"
campaign. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any capacity there in
Yeah.
companies today. I mean, I don't know, maybe chat works in a company where it works that
There
way,
are
but
some systems and I guess, like, flows you can attach to real-time data that can do some tasks, cron jobs, whatever they are. Like, you can do something, but it's very hard to be reactive when you are. And also, like, let's be real. So many times people look at dashboards and actually take action. I remember I did this talk once about building a dashboard, like building, charts and whatever. And I was asking people, like, when you look at your microwave dashboard or your washing machine dashboard or your car dashboard, you immediately know that you either need to speed up if you're at the car, or you need to hit the brake, or that you're out of gas. So you instantly look at it and know what to do. And I remember I was speaking at a conference and I asked people, how many of you today can say the same thing about your marketing dashboards or your analytics dashboards? One person. It was like just one person. Everyone else was like, because people are so obsessed to put all these charts and reports on a dashboard, but they don't have any actionability. Like, what the hell am I going to do with that data?
mm-hmm.
Nobody asks themselves those questions. So when it comes to content, because it's highly, like, if you're a company that needs to check their blog, their whatever, you have to build some specific dashboards that lead to action, that help you make fast decisions. So then is when you would use, I guess, I don't know, like, you can do some RFM segmentation to look at your, how your users are behaving with your articles, with your content. Because yes, you can do RFM for articles too. Like, you can do some more complex stuff, or just, just look at your stuff. Like, somebody was mentioning in the chat earlier about UA, and UA actually had a cool thing called page value, if you remember. And page
Yes.
value was showing you how much an
Yeah.
article, directionally
Contributes,
at least,
yeah,
yeah,
how much it
contri-
contributes to overall sales value, right?
sales value, which was great. Now,
Yeah,
unfortunately, you cannot do that anymore in GA4, but you can do it with BigQuery if you know how to SQL,
of
whichever.
course. I mean, you can model everything now with the event
Yeah,
data, right?
with the
Yeah,
tongue in cheek, of course, but it's not that type of stream because I don't want to
yeah,
talk about that right now.
yeah. I mean,
But
but you raise a really valid point about the whole dashboard thing. And I think that the car dashboard is a great analogy for another reason too, because I am of the opinion that analytics dashboards should not be actionable. I am of the opinion that analytics dashboards they should spur curiosity and intrigue for things that do not fit expectations, and show anomalies and show things that are different than you expect and that require further investigation. Because let's be honest, what happens from a dashboard or any kind of like overall like aggregate level view is it's very high level. Even at the very, very lowest level, it's still going to be something over time or one specific type of categorization. And what you're going to do from that is you're going to go and you're going to say, oh, this thing happened. That's my observation. And from the observation, you're going to get some kind of idea. You're going to go, what if we did this? And that becomes an experiment, which you then need to test. So the dashboard was just there to kind of inspire you in the first place of where to look for things. Of course, you can come up with ideas without a dashboard, right? People in the organization can go, I wonder if we know our registration rate is 50%. What if we try and boost our registration rate? Like, you can do that without looking at a dashboard. There are some things that you just like intrinsically know. The check engine light thing. It's basically like there's something wrong and you need to go down that path further. But the only way you're going to really know that is with investigative analytics, Or do you
Yes, but
disagree?
you assume that people that are the recipients of these dashboards that we make and know how to read data and understand data. So you would, in what you're describing, is correct in the context of somebody like me or you or a data analyst that actually goes through it and is like, oh shit, this dropped, let me go. But if you're a stakeholder, and most of the times the people that we deal with in agencies, as you know very well, they will have issues. They always come up with the same thing back. What do I do with this? And I learned. I remember when last year I built together with my colleague Krasi, who's a data scientist. We built this NLP. We used the bar transformer, a Facebook bar transformer from Hugging Face, and we built this model that is able to do semantic analysis on app reviews. Man, we were excited. We use natural language processing. We use zero shot classification to categorize the reviews based on complaints and different things that we knew from before that are issues. So we analyzed 1,341 reviews. We were killing it in our head. But then the question comes, how are we showing this to the client? In BigQuery, look good. It's like, oh, this looks good. So then we export this data in a Looker Studio dashboard, and it was looking like shit. Like you have the difference. So like very interesting when you're analyzing unstructured data like customer reviews, you have the qualitative part, which is the text of the review, and then you have the quantitative part, which is the rating, the 1 to 5 rating. So analyzing this data, we realized that the people that were leaving 1-star reviews most of the times were associated with a positive text, and the 5-star reviews was associated with a negative text. So we did like this box plot visualization. Shouts to Wenting because she came up with that idea. It wasn't mine because I'm not that smart. So we actually realized like the distribution was off. So when we performed sentiment analysis and then semantic analysis, we realized that most of the complaints, were not related to a 5-star rating. So then again, the question, like, how do we explain this to the client who's a product manager that just wants to look at this stuff to figure out if, what feature they should release?
I'm sorry.
So then what we did
I'm
is
sorry.
actually we talked to people from data strategy and from people with other teams and said, like, how are we going to show this data?
I'm sorry.
So remember we have a Looker Studio report that has 3 pages. The first page explains what does the model do, how everything is calculated. It's like it tells a whole story. Like it teaches you, it's kind of immersing you in what you're about to see. Then in the second page, you actually see the dashboard with beautiful text. And at the third page, you have a glossary, which explains how reviews are calculated, why is the rating different on iOS versus Android, because it's very different. They use this weighted average metric, and they show ratings based on freshness, just because they want to show people kind of like what's the latest average feel. But if we weren't to tell that story into the dashboard, the client would be like, this is great, AI, oh my God, and it would be, psh. But what do I do with this data? So they did come in the end and ask me, okay, so what do we do with this data?
Yeah, that would have been my question. Is like, okay, so now you have this, whole semantic analysis of all the reviews, but how are you going to act on it? Are you going to like fuel some kind of workflow where negative reviews go into like some kind of cycle where they like, customer support reaches out and asks them what the problem is, or what did they decide
We
to do?
couldn't do the customer support part because we didn't know who these people are. So before any data got into Google Cloud, we stripped it out of like any type of identifiable information. We use data loss prevention, which I love, and it's also available on AWS or Azure or whatnot. So we didn't know who these people are. We just knew the behavior. So what we did is we had a call with the engineers and the developers, iOS and Android. We had a call with the project manager, the product manager, because these are the people that actually know why, I don't know, 300 people from, I don't know, Austria are mad about login or sign up. And actually we figured out that they are using this third-party tool that makes you sign up and authenticate like a lot of times. And I was like, okay, that explains that. Can we fix it? And they said no. And I said, okay, but can we put some text to just announce people that they're gonna go through this loop of infinite? And it's like, oh, yeah, we can do that. So that's how I learned, like, a lot of people, when they see bad data, the first thing they do is they go to marketers or business people. They don't have the answers for that. If you have bad data related to app features or I don't know, components of a system, which can be a mobile app or a website or a PWA or a hybrid app or whatever, go to the engineers, go to the developers. They know. They really know. And actually, I don't know, a lot of people complain about this, but I have a very good relationship with developers. I don't know why.
So do I.
I don't know. I cannot code for shit.
I have a great relationship with our development team. We managed with the project we did recently where we swapped analytics tools. We were able to save them time, and they understand that, right? They now see the effect of this project, and they're coming to me going, oh, I have a question about this and this, right? Because I want to work on this. I want to improve the data quality. I want to improve the measurement quality that we're doing. They never would have done that before with the previous tool we were using. Never, ever, ever. All the tickets we had, all the bug tickets we had with our previous tool were always stuck in the backlog for weeks. And we had to push to get them in there. They're picking tickets out of the backlog now. They're picking those bug tickets out to solve them because they want to fix the data quality. That's the difference that you can have. And I think that's super impressive.
And honestly, they get it. That's the thing. So that was my experience. So what did we do with that data? We had this meeting, and then we kind of like based on the sentiment magnitude and the occurrence, we created like a prioritization model, and we prioritized the backlog and like the sustainment optimization. And then we, based on the what people were requesting, we created like a new feature optimization type of backlog. So they just basically right now they're working through Jira to fix this stuff, and actually you will see that we could see that the ratings are starting to pick up. It's not going to be overnight, but it's kind of like if you look at GA4 data or just like any analytics tool data, it's not going to tell you why things happen. It's just going to tell you that some stuff happens, but it's not going to tell you why. It's not going to give you context. So like now I'm more in a, that's why I do kind of like take all these ML courses and AI courses just to understand like what's possible from unstructured data perspective, because there are more places you can look and analyze data, even if it's not, a number in a dashboard, that can give you inspiration to, to bring something different to the table. So actually right now, if you want to know, and you didn't ask me, but it's what it is, because we're talking about content today, I'm actually playing with a model together with Krasi. Me and Krasi are kind of like, he's the brains of the operation because he's a data scientist. I'm just, somebody with ideas that sometimes work or not. But like I remember like a few weeks ago, I was late at night and I was seeing memes, and I saw this meme that when it's 2 a.m. you cannot sleep and you Google how tall is Jesus. So from that, no, serious, like you just ask yourself the most silly questions possible.
Yes.
But from that, I think I was thinking like, damn, wouldn't be nice to analyze, like what are the search trends before somebody actually reaches a website, and not just like query analysis and stuff, like this. I was like, what if you could take all the data that you have in your search console, put it in Google Cloud, and use one model to do textual entailment. In the context of AI, textual entailment is able to understand if a premise, if a search query is actually a contradiction, reasonable, or is neutral. So imagine you have all your search queries, you put them, in Google Cloud, and you do a bit of data enrichment, and you use like a multi-inference type of, model that is trained to understand, like all the inferences you can have in a query. Then you can find out, oh my God, I'm selling car batteries, and mostly the queries that people have are related to performance and lifespan. And look, people are wondering why should they pay for car batteries like this? And then you look on your blog and on your PDPs, and you're like, oh my God, I don't have any benefits section. I don't have any blog articles about this. Let me write. So kind of like there's different ways and places you can look for data versus just, if you're a business. Of course, if you're just doing content creation for your blog, as for why I was invited here today, then it's fine to use a dashboard. You just want to know if you're on the right track. I need to drink water.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, you're just dropping so much gold right now. I hope that chat realizes the kind of stuff like this. Juliana is someone that actually works day to day with people doing real products. Like they're actually building things. This is not someone doing like an AI wrapper startup thing, like these are actual real projects for real customers, and these are real problems that she's solving. And that's really valuable to hear about that kind of experience, because a lot of people, they work in a single company, right? They don't work agency side. They work in a single company and they see the same use case day in, day out, right? And that's kind of the whole shtick of me not working agency side now, is that I want to focus my efforts. I want to be able to have a long-term plan and a long-term strategy and go, oh, I'm working at a healthcare tech, like a kind of like a startup, more of a corporate startup, corporate venture. And I can say, oh, okay, I'm going to be here for the long haul. I can, start to plan. I can look at 18 months, 24 months. I can do that kind of thing. And what's interesting, you mentioned about being a strategist. How does that work agency side, just as like a sort of side tangent? Because when I worked agency side, we had zero strategy with clients. When it came to analytics, it was implement this, finish implementation, go away. Yeah. And if you were lucky, you could do a smaller analysis on the data set, maybe, right? But so when you say strategy, what does that entail? I mean, you talked about one project that you did, but what are some of the others?
I like your questions. Nobody asked me this stuff. Normally people are like,
I generally want to know. Like I want to know, because we haven't talked about this before,
So as you know, when I joined 2 years ago, when I left CXO, I joined as a digital analytics architect. So what I was doing, I was implementing tags in Google Tag Manager, setting up consent mode, figuring out how to not die by creating a pixel, one of those floodlight tags. Yeah, I know. Figuring out, like just being a mediocre technical, implementation person, a tagging specialist. However, because before I did this, before I had this job, I come from product experience. I come from product growth, which is kind of like marketing mixed with product marketing, mixed with launches and stuff like this. But before all this, my first product owner job was actually for clustercs.com. And this is a SaaS company that does a better version of control panel for websites. So basically, besides just managing your domains, it also has a clustering part where you can create your own clusters. You can do high availability clustering. You can use Nginx. You can use a lot of stuff. So I was a product owner there, and I was handling the customer support team. The customer support team was actually sysadmins, right? So this is 2016. That was my entrance in the world. So I work only with devs, right? With sysadmins. I've been through stuff, right? I've seen things. So learning in that type of working in that type of environment, I was only working with dudes. I was kind of the only one. So, but because like I found like common places to connect with these guys, because I don't want to stereotype, but they were playing video games and I play video games. Like when we talked earlier, I was telling you I'm in a clan war.
Yeah, that's actually true. Chat, it's really true. We talked earlier while I was getting stream set up, and Juliana actually said to me, sorry, can you hold on a second? Your stream prep is not as important as my clan war. I'm currently in on a mobile game, right? Like one of those crazy YouTube ads where they're like, "This game is fake. No, it's not. Look at how I'm playing this game." Like I always remind me of that.
Diablo Immortal. Put some respect.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Okay.
Okay.
It wasn't,
okay. I wasn't playing
Yeah.
Candy Crush.
Okay. That's
But
good.
anyway, so that's kind of my experience. I was in product, then I was in marketing, then I was in product marketing, and when I was at CXL. Exactly. Thank you, Chris. So, so when I was at CXL, I ended up doing more data product analytics stuff. Remember, we got Snowplow, we were using RudderStack and PostHog and all this cool stuff. So I entered on this role in the agency that I am right now. But like after I finished the implementation, something in me, because that's my past, was like, so that's it. I was like, we're not doing anything, nothing else. It's like, yeah, just move on. You just finished that, you implemented. But like, how are we helping these guys? So there was another team, which by team I mean 2 people, that were doing CRO inside my team, in the data team. So I checked what they're doing, and they were doing cool stuff like just UX audits and A/B tests here, A/B tests there. So I kind of like switched to that team, and I changed my manager. I had Julian first. You probably know Julian Coquette. Yeah. So I wasn't. Julian is great. Like he's one of the nerdiest people ever.
Definitely.
But I switched in another team. So in this team, I kind of like, in a way, kind of took like the lead of it very fast. And I was able to, because I had the context of how implementation is done and what goes in there. When I was taking a client, I was actually looking, like every time I take a new client and I open their website, I immediately go to the analytics debugger from David Vallejo. I see what they have on the website. If it's a GA4, is it Amplitude, is it Adobe, is it something else? I was like, okay, this is what I have to deal with. Then I go in their console. I look at the errors. I look at their data layer. I was like, do we have data? No, we don't. Oh, they're not tracking this. Okay. So I kind of like do this type of research before. And then I go, and I have these conversations with the clients. And most of the times they just want an audit. They just want a fresh implementation. So I kind of, the way I switch the thing is I introduced this new thing inside the agency called Measurement Planner. So this Measurement Planner, I was inspired to use this by Chris Mercer, Chris Mercer. And he has this thing called the KIA model: question, information, and answer. So basically, it's kind of like I ask the stakeholders what are their business questions that they hope to answer with data. Because if you ask them, what do you want to track? I just want sessions and visitors and bounce rate.
Worst question ever. Oh,
yeah.
What kind of car do you want? Same level question.
Or like, what's the best analytics tool? What are you using? What's the So I asked them. This is the first question. What type of business questions you have that you want to answer with data? And then the second one is, how are you currently tracking this? Most of the time, the answer is we're not. Third is like, what action will you take if you would have this data? And I actually have people fill out this questionnaire. So once they fill out this questionnaire, they realize that you need, not everyone, but some people do realize they actually need a measurement plan. They actually need business goals. So then I do a workshop and I work with them to selecting their business goals and what makes sense. I talk through, I have also this canvas about the business model and how they're structured to make money. So that's how I would do it. And then of course you do UX audits, you do accessibility and sustainability, you do data analysis. So, but also like, it's not in the role of the tagging specialist to do this. This is a strategist role. Like their job is to do the best possible implementation, right? For the client that they have. That's
Yeah.
it. That's their job.
Yeah.
You need
And then they're kind
somebody
of,
else.
and then that's kind of it for them. Like they're not a specialist. Yeah. It's funny that so thanks Cheddev for linking the Piwik there for Synergy. Full suite analytics tool. So what Juliana's talking about is, you know, if you're going to implement an analytics tool, then you can go the route of like, you take one thing for this, you take one thing for this, you take one thing for this, you take one thing for this. And the thing with Piwik is it's very strongly going in that direction of being the tool to have everything within there. You've got consent management in there, you've got the tag manager in there, you've got the analytics in there, and there's probably going to be other stuff in the future. I could see them adding experimentation stuff in the future, maybe at some point. I could see them adding real-time stuff. I could see them adding like all kinds of things in theory, right? So yeah, and Juliana's experience from a product side really helps understand, you know, why product people would want this approach. From an analytics perspective, I can tell you working with 5 different tools is a nightmare. You don't want that.
Somebody said they had 7.
Yeah, well, 4x is a bit of a special cake scenario, right?
He just want to blow up his dom.
You actually probably know 4x, actually, Juliana.
Do I?
Yes, 4x is a very, very active Measure Camp participant. But I'm not going to dox them. So.
Is he from Germany?
You may have met each other. 4x might decide to write you a message privately.
Okay, write me a message on LinkedIn to because it's gonna kill me. Like I have no self-control.
We've met like 5 times. Oh, you've met 5 times. That's hilarious.
Damn, bro.
That's hilarious.
Do we like each other?
I suppose that's the other problem, right? There may be people in my chat.
Because otherwise it's gonna be sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hope I was nice.
Overall, everyone in my chat's pretty cool. There's a couple of exceptions.
Can say the same about me. I'm kidding, by the way. I do have terrible sense of humor. But do you know how I met Piwik PRO? Actually, so when I was when I started my blog in 2000, when the hell did I start my blog? 2018 or 19. It was in 2020, December, when I started my blog. So working as an analytics architect and dealing with GA4 implementation, did I want to do that on my own time? No. So I started Googling, alternatives. So I see these guys, and I completely hate Matomo because, that's how I remember. God, they didn't do nothing to me. And if you're here from Matomo, just know that it's not personal. I just don't want to install my analytics tool on my own machine because this is not 2005. Okay.
Sickest of burns, but yes.
Coming back, I found these guys at Piwik PRO, and I saw that they have a consent manager, and then I noticed that actually some website, in Europe actually, you can use Piwik PRO. I mean, outside Europe too. It's one of the few solutions that you can run without a consent banner. Me being traumatized by installing consent mode on websites, because let me tell you guys, it's traumatizing. And now it's even worse. Oh, I know right now. Oh, yes, I met him and he's nice. Oh, yes, he's nice. Yeah, we like each other. Everyone, okay, that's
good.
Okay,
good. We avoided a potential fallout
he's
of
a
nuclear
sweetheart.
proportions.
I know who.
Wonderful.
Okay, he's a sweetheart. I'll see you in Copenhagen. Okay, so so I was like, oh shit, you can use it without the. Oh yeah, Steffi, it's kind of like I want to die.
Most consent mode is horrible. I mean, I worked at a media company and we had OneTrust, and I will not tell you the level of hatred internally for OneTrust. Like, you would even just mention the word to any developer and they will physically actually withdraw and cringe. Yeah, it was very, very bad. Very bad.
So I sometimes have nightmares with C1001 or C1000 in my head. I know OneTrust. So when I saw Piwik PRO doesn't need a consent banner, I was like, oh shit. So
It's
I
a big deal.
downloaded.
Yeah.
I downloaded. I didn't download. I downloaded Google Tag. Installed Google Tag Manager on the website. I had the GA4 initially too, and then I actually use Piwik PRO with Google Tag Manager. I don't use their tag manager.
Mm-hmm.
The end of cookies. Nah, bro. Nah, brate. No, let's not do that. Let's because I have strong opinions.
We are not discussing Cookie Armageddon or Cookie Geddon or whatever other name you want to have for it.
I have so many strong opinions, and I don't want to get fired because I really need money. I have kids, but
have some like backbone, chat. We all know as technical people that cookies are not going anywhere, so it's not Cookie Geddon anyway.
Nothing new. It's no, I get it though. I get it. Yeah. So basically, I installed it through Google Tag Manager. Less than 5 minutes. It's just a tag. You just copy. It's a custom HTML tag. It worked immediately, and and then instantly in that moment I paused my G4 config tag, and I never looked back. And I actually installed G4 for a few friends, and now since I've been using Piwik PRO, I installed it for other friends of Piwik PRO. So it's kind of funny.
Nice.
Yeah. So like I use it. I used to like one of the features that they have is session log, and I'm a stalker. Like I was like, oh, I posted something. Oh, I posted a new article. Let me see which countries are there. So I see Finland, I see Denmark. Cause like normally I run a podcast called Standard Deviation. Matty actually was my first guest in season 1.
That's right. I was actually.
And now I'm at season 3. So like, damn, my podcast has been for a minute, bro.
That's wow. Okay.
That's kind of crazy because I'm at mid-season 3. So yeah, I mean, I don't have, like I post through my podcast. I post like links through the podcast. I use UTM, campaigns. And I want to see if people come to my blog articles from my podcast notes. And like if, actually, can I share my screen and share with you?
Yeah, I think we should be able to get the screen share running. Let me
show you this stuff.
See what we can do here.
I'm just gonna set this up.
Yeah, you should be able to request.
And also, I don't have those crazy numbers. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I just said you had good numbers.
So can you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
My screen.
Yes, I can see your screen. Can you hear me?
Mute?
No, but I need
I'm
to.
kidding.
I need to move the screen so chat can see it. Give me 1 second here.
That's fine.
We're gonna do this away. We're gonna do this.
I can see you scream. Yes, love that.
And then I'm gonna put you up here, and then I'm gonna turn off this, and then I'm gonna turn on this, and that doesn't work.
Yeah, bro, I'm too old for this. I was actually thinking, like, man, maybe I should do some Twitch lives. No, it's too much no.
Live streaming is a nightmare. I'll just tell you.
Yeah, I'll just stick to old people stuff like YouTube and LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is horrible for live streaming.
Listen, as you will see right now, most of my traffic, there you go.
1 second. Wait, it's not on yet.
Oh shit, actually the custom button does work. Sorry, I just noticed this.
Why is this not working though? I tested this earlier. This is very strange. 1 second.
Oh, I like the crazy stuff, Chris, because I'm also crazy.
Show on stream. Yes.
It's just that it's okay.
There we go.
Okay. So
Chat,
as you
can see this
here,
now. Yeah, great.
Can't do it.
So as you can
We'll
see here, so I made my own dashboard.
Do it live. Fuck it.
It's not the same
Do
like
it
I did my
live.
own research.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
It's just that I personally, like, you can create a dashboard very simple. It's just, you add the dashboard and then you add widgets from here. These are like the ones that you have for now. So I'm looking at my data from this year, and I just made like cards. I use cards. So my latest guest article about measurement partners for mobile apps, and then I see like good people that read my blog. Then my latest article. Then I have 2 pillar articles. This is the technical marketing guide, which I released in 2018-ish, perhaps. I don't remember. So this kind of like the technical marketing guide goes to like a few chapters that any marketer or person that works in digital marketing, because it's in the name, if you're working in digital marketing, you should know what a DOM is. You should know how the internet works. You should
Chad, do
have.
you know what a DOM is? Do you know what a DOM is? And don't give me the dirty definition. I swear, Chad, don't go there. Does anyone know what a DOM is?
Based on your interactions with Chad, I think me and him might be friends. Add me on LinkedIn. So I like the banter. So yeah, so like I did this technical marketing. I think you remember it. Like I published this like maybe 1-2 years ago. Actually, I can show this to you guys as well. Can I? Let's see. Will I? It would be embarrassing if this doesn't work. Okay, so this is my blog, and okay, so this 2022. So I dropped this in 2022, and I go over topics like the web browser, what are dev tools, what is the infamous CSS selector, and how you can get it. It's actually funny because I had a lot of people. I had reactions to the CSS selector part. Then just what is the SEO survival kit? Why is data collection important? So like any type of person that works in digital marketing, it's kind of in the name. Like you're supposed to at least know what this stuff is. You're supposed to join the conversation. I feel like again, like a lot of people that work in digital marketing kind of use this. I'm not that technical, and I do it too sometimes. It depends on the context, right? If you're gonna talk about JavaScript, I'm gonna be like, listen, I'm not that technical. But I think if you're working again in digital marketing, it's in the name. You should know what is the basics of the internet. So this is one of my pillar articles. And the second pillar article that I have, it's actually, also like if you ever get on my blog, I write very long, well-researched, thorough blog posts. Like I don't write short stuff. Like I spend too much time writing a blog article. So this one is the second pillar article that I have. It's called Introduction to NLP and its Business Application. So I'm actually starting from Alan Turing because it's one of the things that really grinds my gears is that everyone has the impression that they understand AI just because they use ChatGPT or Claude or I don't know what other commercial LLM, and they don't understand. And I have this actual here. I did this in a slide that AI is kind of like all encompassing, and machine learning and deep learning and Gen AI are actually the same thing. It's AI. So I took it so like far that I actually did a whole history breakdown. Oh, there you go. Remember this? Remember when IBM Computer defeated a chess champion in the 90s? This was AI. It was back then.
Quiz question, chat. What was the name of the computer that defeated the chess champion? Does anybody know without looking at the article? Ding, 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 ding. Big Blue. Deep Blue? Hi, Pan, by the way. Good to see you again. Big Blue,
Actually,
Deep Blue.
I just noticed right now that IBM removed that article. It was Deep Blue, but like, damn. I need
Watson?
to fix...
Was not Watson.
No, it was Deep Blue, yeah.
It was Deep Blue, that's correct.
Yeah.
Deeper Blue. Hi, Jens.
Yeah,
Deep
so there you
Blue.
go. See?
Yeah.
All this stuff. I don't track clicks on this stuff because I don't care. Like I'm actually sending. No, because it's out clicks, right? It's out of they're tracking them automatically in Piwik PRO. But what I try to do with my content is if somebody else talked about this before and they did it better than me, I'm just gonna send people to the article. So I have Kaggle here. I have, there you go, Scalar. I have, let's see, Qualtrics. I have Stanford. I have, I don't know, blogs, other people's stuff. For this article, I send people towards data science. Like, I don't want to like gatekeep information. I always tag people, and I send them to. And actually, here I'm actually explaining how I did the sentiment analysis on the apps, and you see it here. This is how it analyzes the customer review. Then it calculates overall an average like sentiment in general and the magnitude. And then this is how I actually was explaining before that sentiment analysis wasn't enough. And then we ended up doing this thing called zero-shot classification. And actually, I'm pretty pissed off because before you could actually test this on Hugging Face without logging in, but
yeah,
now
you
do
need
it
a
anymore.
login, right?
It's killing me. So there you go.
Yeah.
You had this inference API interface, and you could use it. But anyway, so going back to the Piwik Pro dashboard. So these are my 2 pillar articles, and
What do you mean
need
by what do you mean by pillar?
my best articles according to me.
Ah,
it's completely subjective.
So this isn't the same as like evergreen content in that sense.
In a way, it is. In a way, definitely it is. This one I didn't put any more kind of work into it because like Simo just released a technical marketing handbook, which is kind of like way better than what I have, and
it's bigger. That's all.
It's also like but he came up. I mean, he was the first technical marketing media degree. I learned about technical marketing from him. So I think like people should definitely check out the technical marketing handbook that he released. Maybe Matty, you can drop it in the comments. It's great.
I'm gonna drop it in there. Yeah,
it's really good.
If you're so the background, just as a short aside note, everyone. So Simo and Juliana have a podcast together called Standard Deviation. And Simo is a very well-known technical marketer, or I would say technical evangelist of analytics. And Simo and I met quite a while back as well. We don't know each other as well as Juliana and I do. But Simo has an incredible blog as well, with full of a lot of technical analytics content. And for me, like it's very cool to see, like Juliana, it's really cool to see how you've also moved. I mean, NLP and stuff, this is quite technical actually, like understanding inference. But this is the thing, you're saying in the beginning, like 40 minutes ago, you're saying I'm not that technical, but here you are explaining
I'm not
the
a
history.
Developer.
Yeah, but you're not a developer in the sense of developer and programming, but like explaining inference and understanding statistical anomalies in training algorithms. I mean, this is deep stuff. This is deep stuff, and it's a lot of math. It's a lot of math, and I don't like math.
I'm just very curious.
No math on stream, chat. No math on stream.
I took courses. I'm taking, actually, I didn't finish it. I'm taking the stats courses from on Coursera. It's this German. Let me send this to you guys.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, if you have good suggestions, pop them in the chat. Absolutely.
This is the best dude / person I've seen do a stat course. Like, he's great. Mr. I forgot his last name. Günther is his course info. Okay, his name is Günther Walter. Great course. So you have to, again, context. You need context. So I had to go like really, really bad to statistics, to math, to probabilistics.
Yeah.
So you can understand inference. So you can understand, and there's Matt Gershaw that always says that inference is not technology, and it's not. It's not. You have to understand standard deviation versus standard error, and things like this. So, I mean, I am passionate about history, and I'm a history nut in general. So
really? I didn't know that.
Oh my god, dude! Like, my idea of a good time is to watch a World War II documentary and eat some fat stuff and just like sit in bed and do nothing, or watch. I don't know. I'm a bit obsessed kind of with.
Interesting.
Like
is anyone else in chat a history buff? That's so fascinating.
Yeah, I love history. I like to dissect stuff. Anyway,
did you want to take a short break, by the way, Juliana? Did you want to take like a 2-3 minute break? Or are you good to go?
That would be nice. That would be nice. So I can drink some water. That would be cute.
Yeah. So, chat, before we go a little bit deeper onto the Piwik Pro side of things, because I mean, sponsored stream, we should talk more about the product.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Marcin is gonna tear me a new one. So we'll take a.
Now we're gonna talk about the product for sure.
Yeah, we'll take a couple of minutes break, and Juliana's gonna explain more in detail how this is actually set up, like how does this actually work, and how does the dashboard set up. But in the meantime, you all should enjoy yourselves. If you have questions, pop them in chat. I've seen all of you dropping. That's great. That's fantastic. But if you have questions,
what does that even mean?
So the drop is this little drop game. It's this little drop game. Basically, a little target appears on the stream, and this target currently has rainbows in it. It's a little like fancy theme, and people are trying to hit 100 in this game because this has been kind of the thing on my channel for a very long time, is 2 years ago I hit 100, but no one else ever has hit 100. I'm the only person to ever have hit 100. So of course chat says that I've rigged the game. Chat says that I have somehow rigged the game. I have not rigged the game, but I see, like, everyone in chat now is going to say it's rigged. It's not rigged. I just happen to be the only person who hit 100, and it is my stream. It's purely coincidence. It has nothing to do with any kind of rigging whatsoever. It's just chance. So chat is trying to hit 100, and I promised that if someone hit 100, that they could win a prize. And
nice.
Yeah, so because no one's been hitting 100, because it's been
Can't do it.
It's been
We'll do it live.
I think it's been, how long has it been?
We'll do it
Wait,
live.
when do you think?
Fuck it.
It's been
Do it
2
live.
years, I think,
I'll write
since
it
I
and
did
we'll
it.
do it live.
So it's been like 2 years and no one's hit 100. So now I've started reducing the goal. So now today it's 99.90, and every
Damn.
stream that someone doesn't hit that target, I reduce it by 0.01 to give them a better chance to win. And at some point it's going to be at like 50 and still no one's going to be hitting it. It's
So
gonna
what
be
do you win?
hilarious. Do you want to know what the prize is, chat? I've never told chat what the prize is until now. I've never told chat what the prize is. But if you really want to know, I have a collection of goodies. There will be various food items in there from Switzerland, of course.
Oh,
But
nice.
there's also some very Twitch-specific merch that you can only get if you were at one of the Twitch cons, and there's some personal items as well that I'll be putting in there that you can only get, from that.
Okay. I would love
So-
some snacks from Switzerland.
Well, next time we meet in, hold on, I gotta change this a second.
We're
on
gonna
here.
meet in Hamburg.
Hamburg, that's right, exactly.
Yeah, first time in person.
Exactly. We haven't met in person yet, chat. So we're gonna be meeting.
Lower your
in-
expectations again.
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
say.
meeting in Hamburg. Hamburg is in October.
At
I think
Analytics
it's-
Summit.
Yeah, I believe it's 7. I haven't put it on my website yet. I need to put it on there. But
There you
it's yeah, thank you. Analytics Summit.
We're both speaking at the same. And I'm actually gonna talk about NLP and I'm gonna show. And so,
Great.
dude, so let's go in the break. But what I'm gonna talk about actually is how to build this multi-inference, how to use this multi-inference model to analyze search queries and improve the customer experience on websites and apps.
Wow. Okay, that sounds pretty
Oh,
amazing.
I'm going deep. I'm going deep.
Watch out, Juliana. Maddie's even more talkative in person. That's not even
Have you
possible.
met me? Have you met me? You know how much I talk. Like I
The
cannot
two
even
of us
stick
is
to one
just-
point.
Massive collision of talking forces. Anyway, chat, see
Talking
you
is
in a
what
few
I do.
minutes. Yeah, we'll see you in a few minutes, chat. Take care. Oh, sorry, I didn't mute. Sorry.
Dot n 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 dot
Oh,
n
wait.
dot n dot n dot n dot n dot n dot n dot n.
She's speeding up.
Dot n 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 dot.
She's getting faster.
Dot n dot n dot n dot n dot n dot n
Oh!
dot n dot n dot n dot n.
She's speeding up.
Dot n 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 dot
Her cadence changes during the pronunciation. Ooh, a 20 in there. She's running low on batteries. What is this? When you look at me, what do you see? When you look at my body, what do you see, chat? Do I look natural? Is this natural to you? Is this natural? How did I know that was gonna happen? I'm supernatural. Exactly. Dynamite comes from the ground. Yeah, it does. I guess dynamite comes from the ground. Thank you very much for joining the live. If you need an audio cue to let us know that we're back live and not just listening to clips playing, your audio cue today is, oh yeah. And that should be distinct enough to let you know that we're back online. Is literally garbage. Okay? Welcome back, chat. Good to have all of you here. Let's dive right back in. If you want to know that I'm back, is today's audio tone to let you know that we are live again. Because apparently it is difficult to tell when I'm back because of clips playing. I don't know. Someone said that once.
Streamer speaks in an entirely different tonality. Tell me, chat. Chat. Tell me what you think. Uh-oh. Warp time. Is the warp going to blur? Oh, it is also blurred. That is absolutely devastating for the streamer.
Come on, let me do it. What was the cooldown on time warp? I forget. There you go.
Enigma took a screenshot.
You're welcome, Cypher. Hello? JD? Does Dev? Welcome in. Party of 9. Join the party. Fellow Claw member? Hello.
Finite. You're a genius. You are a gene-yes. Like, I'm wearing jeans. Us. That's you.
I can't believe that the one clip that plays is a clip fully and correctly spelled words when I text him. Wow. That is a what's the word for the youngest generation at the moment? Zoomer? Gen Z? That is a Gen Z type question. 4,214. Quick maths. Yeah. Nailed it. Nailed it, chat. I'm pretty happy about that one.
Ragnar took a screenshot.
I need to... I need to reverse the logic, basically. I need to reverse the logic. I'm not sure why it is that way. Oh, I love this chat. Wait. Is this... This is me. Alright, chat. We have returned. And I heard many of you screaming and yelling and cheering for one thing in particular. So I have bestowed upon you a gift, the gift of the bunny suit until the end of the stream. Because I heard that so many wanted it again. And yeah, I hope you all appreciate this because it's 24.5 degrees in here and wearing a bunny suit adds at least 2 degrees to that. So it is, yeah, I want to see all of the questions. I want to see all of the support. I want to see max engagement, maximum engagement. Yeah. Yeah.
They have been engaging a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I have to, oh, sorry, I got to mute this. It's going to be double. There we go. I was going to bed, but now I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't go. He said he has more surprises, so who knows?
Mm-hmm. You never know.
Like those articles, like 10 things to do, whatever. Number 7 will surprise you. You know?
Yeah. 10 things to do when you see a streamer with a bunny suit appear. Number 6 will shock you.
Will shock you.
Exactly. Yeah, so
Exactly.
let's try out the content thing.
Yes, let's talk about this dashboard a bit. If I can figure out how to share this shit again.
Let me try and get everything up and running again.
Yes, sir.
Probably take this away, probably put you there, and then take away this. And I can show on stream.
Why is your background color changing?
Which
Man,
background?
I'm old. I'm such a boomer. I swear to
the
God.
background color, the actual lights. Yeah. It's dynamic.
Such a boomer.
It's dynamic.
I have my name here written in. I have like a neon sign.
I don't have a neon sign with my name. You must be famous.
No, I'm not. This was a gift actually from a friend because he told me I need to do more video. And look at me. I'm doing more video right now. No,
yeah,
man,
look at this. You're doing video right now.
I'm not as good as you. I just exist. I'm just doing stuff on the internet.
It takes so much practice to do video. Like, yes, you can just record something, and that's very authentic. But it takes something else to do live streams. It's not the same thing.
I know for sure. That's why, we have hours of...
Also, hi Flyboy. And no, you don't have any channel points anymore. Definitely not.
What the fuck are channel points? Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay, so channel points. If you are a Twitch affiliate or above, we'll ignore the swearing. Then
I need to send people
you would have
a video of me cursing.
You would have channel points. You would have channel points. Someone can clip you cursing.
No, but I have this video that a friend of mine did. I recorded a video with him about app analytics, and then he he took like a short video of me, and all of it was like beep 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 beep. Beep, beep.
Yeah, I don't have auto bleeping for you. I could have installed it.
I'm sending this. So this is from a month ago. I had black hair back then. Okay, guys, get ready to click on this. This is the best. This is best. This beep 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 beep.
It's just a post of you swearing. I'm not gonna.
I'm not swearing because it's muted. Like you should put this. It's beep beep beep. You should put it.
It's muted. Okay, wait.
So
okay.
the guy that had to edit this video.
Wait. Okay, I'll show it. Yeah.
Show it. This is worth it. It's worth it.
I think I can do it. Hold on.
So good luck, Romeo, editing
Sexual footage of me.
That's a lot of swearing.
I was talking about mobile apps.
That's a lot of swearing.
What? But actually, that video, if you must know, that video is actually doing pretty decent on YouTube.
Okay.
It's not like I wasn't cursing all of. Actually, if you're interested in mobile apps, I'm happy to plug that video somewhere here.
Yeah, plug whatever you want in the chat.
It's actually a pretty good. Content. Actually, we're talking about mobile app tracking, and it's just I get passionate, bro. Like sometimes I just get passionate.
I feel like we're gonna talk about mobile app tracking in Hamburg because I work. Our product is entirely mobile app. We have nothing else.
Oh my god! I only work right now with mobile apps. Like 90% of my clients are mobile apps.
I gotta show you what we did because I think you're gonna like what we did. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, I'm always down. Okay,
good
so
night,
I'm
Rick.
just plug.
Thank you for joining. Yeah, plug it.
Plugging it right now.
I always like better
Rick,
when
I'm
people
tired.
bleep things they don't need bleeping. Much better effect.
It was
like
funny.
you just bleep normal words.
But he did it to mess with me. Romeo did it to mess with me. Okay, so I'm for my blog. You guys already plugged my blog in. So I just built very, very simple cards. Like when you start on Piwik PRO, you are gonna have this marketing performance overview type of dashboard that comes directly with the tool. So you kind of have like built-in dashboards,
Mhm.
which is this one, or website performance. And this one is pretty cool, right? Like if you want to see, I don't know, general stuff. But because for my blog, I have my own specific stuff, I just created this one here. So I'm interested to see where are people coming from. So funny enough, most of my sessions are from desktop, which makes me think I'm a boomer because who's using desktop these days to read the blog? Because like the only way you would use desktop these days is to book your flight, do some banking transactions, or like something serious. Because I really feel like if you want to be serious about something, you're gonna go on the desktop. But no, like people kind of read my content from the desktop in the last 3, 4, 5 months.
You know, I
I
barely
don't get
use
it.
my phone, but I mean, I guess that makes me a boomer as well because I hate using my phone for stuff. I actually really don't like it.
Maybe my audience is very intellectual and takes my content very seriously, so they need, and I have a nice mobile version, thank you very much. And then I put pie charts here because I like everyone hates pie charts. I don't get it. Like, I do understand that you would hate pie charts to show things like trends, duh, of course you cannot see it. But if you want like a quick snapshot of countries, or like I don't know, the main sources of content, or like you can even use it for device, it's not the end of the world to use a
Yeah,
pie
it's just
chart. Like, please
over
take the
two
stick out of your.
segments, your eyes like don't really see the
Yeah, it's
difference
just
between a lot of them. But
yeah,
if you have
like you
something
just
like that where like half of it
it's
is
just
one,
basic.
yeah, where
Yeah,
half of it is one and you can hover because it's interactive, I think that's probably okay. It's probably
yeah,
passable.
exactly, and it's
Do we
like
think it's
very
okay,
basic.
chat? Is chat judging you
Yeah.
for the pie chart?
Oh, come on, come on. I'm not looking at, I don't know, some model data. And then I'm looking at who's referring me, right? Like this is like the sources. Like actually, this is really funny. I just noticed this. So I started paying for LinkedIn Premium like 30 days ago. And if you're paying for premium, you have this custom button where you can,
Oh,
it shows on your profile when you're commenting, view
yeah.
my website or view my. So actually, as you can see, 52 people clicked it, which is good. That's nice.
So, okay, you pay $30 a month for premium. No, how much is premium per month? How much is it anyway?
It's kind of like 50, 60 euros.
Okay, so you basically paid €1 per click.
I didn't even think about it like that.
That's
But
some crazy CPC rate, but yeah.
That's a good LinkedIn post. Thank you for that. I like that. But yeah, so as you can see here, like a lot of people come from the podcast page, but then you see again, like I have, for instance, when I do episode notes, you see like my Christmas episode, the Select Star episode, because we actually had a podcast name that Select Star with Christina Grinko from Google. We're talking about SQL.
Yeah.
And then you go LinkedIn article, the whatever. I don't even know. I don't even know what perplexity.ai is and why are they
Perplexity
sending people.
AI?
It sounds
I've heard
familiar.
that before.
Oh, look who's here. Ah,
Who's that? I can't read it. Sorry, it's
Timo.
too small.
It's Timo
Oh,
Deschal's
Timo. Yeah,
blog.
nice.
Ah, that's cute. And yeah, like this is like a blog article that I know are Ahrefs. Oh, it's probably because I've been using it. Yeah, but like basically lens.google.com. I really wonder why people checked on Google Lens to get on my blog.
I mean, maybe they scanned your face in a
That
video and they wanted to know who you were, and then
Oh,
Lens
that's
said it was
crazy.
you. I mean, does that even
That's
work?
crazy.
Let's try it. Actually, I'm actually curious if it works.
Yeah, but who would do something like that? Like who
I
would do that?
mean,
That's kind of creepy.
I don't know anyone who would do that, to be honest.
Exactly. Only if you're a creep.
Yeah, only
Somebody
a
took my
creepy
picture
person.
and did a reverse search.
Only a creepy person would take a photo of you without your consent
And 7 sessions of it too.
and then find out who it is, you know.
That's very disturbing.
That's a little bit concerning.
Yeah, like why would you see? This is why you need an analytics tool for your blog, because there's a lot of creeps out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so kind of like that's what I'm looking for, and then I'm just looking. I do this breakdown of page URLs, like the actual links to my articles, and the source, medium, and referral URL for them. I wish I could see the Lens one, right? I know that is bothering me.
How do you?
Hold up,
So
man. Oh,
you have
not
this
no
like
data.
down. Okay, you're gonna. Okay, you go. It's fine.
It's kind of bothering me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
good. You
so-
can show us how you like dig, right? So.
Yeah, I need to like. I'm trying to be like cool. Keep that Google.com. What is?
That's
I'm kind of
their
getting
notes.
concerned.
That's their notes thing.
Oh, that's nice. So people.
Oh, so
put notes.
that could be. So keep would be. That's like an Evernote kind of thing. So if someone has a
Oh, it's the
link
one in the
to
docs.
your, so if someone has a link to your website in their notes and they click that, the referrer will be obviously that. Like if
That's
I had you
nice.
in Notion or if I had you in Trello or something, right?
Yeah, but this lens thing is bothering me. Anyway, so that's how. That's my ADHD right now coming. Like, who the fuck is gonna?
Ched
do
is
that?
asking if you're on the free plan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm on the free plan. I don't like that's it's enough for what I need. And if you want data retention, like more than like to see year over year type of stuff, then you should upgrade to a bigger plan because the data retention is 12 months, 12
Also
13 months.
so if you want also you can do data retention via BigQuery sync, but you
Yeah.
also need to take the BigQuery sync as an additional add-on, right?
Yeah. They have
But that's
a
also an
BigQuery
option.
export.
You could also do
Yeah.
BigQuery export, yeah.
Yeah. Like for me, for what I use it, this is more than enough. But they have pretty affordable like packages right now, and they're actually working to share because I've been talking to Martin, and they're right now like showing the pricing and trying to build like more customizable kind of like packages for every type of need. But for blog, the core version is more than enough. Like
Yeah, I
you
mean,
don't need more.
unless you have some kind of crazy blog, you'll never hit the
Of
traffic
course,
limit.
which is
I mean,
not my
how could
case.
you even hit the traffic limit in I guess you could in theory. Yeah.
It's funny because I actually did ask them this question, like, how many hits, like, can it take how many events? And he said that, nothing broke them before. So,
Oh,
they
Chad, did you hear that? Nothing has broken Piwik's traffic threshold yet.
they didn't, yeah. And they actually have like very big, like companies
They
with a
have
lot of
big
traffic.
customers, yeah.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. So kind of like that's it. Then
yeah.
let me show you how you
So
can
yeah, let's see how
add the
this is
widgets.
built.
So like let's say, like this are like kind of my favorite ones. Actually, this better like this. So you can see this is a card widget. So for instance, for me here, the metric that I need is the session. So then I have a filter here that to filter my blog articles, and I just put the URL of my page, and I have to put that page contain this, and then show the metric name and title, show the trend sparkline, and kind of like that's it for the widgets, and then the pie charts. Why not? I just have country and session, kind of that's it. It's like very basic because you have all the metrics here. Like you can find them broken down by session. Then you got like session metrics. Then you have event metrics, consent metrics. I don't collect consent because I don't have a consent banner on the website. So if you join this later, Piwik Pro is the one of the very few analytics tools that if you run it, not with other stuff, like if you have Piwik Pro and GA4, you still need the consent banner. But if you just run Piwik Pro on your website and it's your only data collection tool, you do not need a consent banner on the website. It's fully legal to use consent to use Piwik Pro as it is without the consent banner. And then here you have calculated metrics if you want to use any. And then here are the dimensions, and all these ones also are broken down by session dimensions, event dimensions, user traffic, device location, and whatnot. And here is just all of them. So you can select whatever you want for your visualization. And let's go look at the bar chart as well. If you add the bar chart, what I needed for here was the device type and the session. So it's kind of like very basic, like just any type of analytics tools. I do want more type of visualizations, and I hope they will add more
What
in
kind
in the future.
what viz are you looking for?
I guess what I would like, I don't know, like maybe like a stacked bar chart. I like those
Stacked
a lot.
bar, yeah. Stacked
I
bar
like
or
those a
column would
lot.
be nice, yeah.
I like those a lot. And I guess kind of like more like controls for the dashboard on the mobile version, because on the mobile version the controls are not, I mean, you can still see the data, but I would like to see more control. So I know they're working on it.
Cool.
But yeah, like that's like this is the basic stuff that you need. And also what I do like here is that, let's say you actually use Piwik Pro for somebody else and you create a dashboard for them. They have this really cool text, widget, and here you can actually write context to your chart. So you can actually explain like, hey, here we calculated this in this way, and you can put this nice little text chart and explains if you have like two cards here, or like a pie chart, or whatever you have, like a timeline or whatever. You can write text that explains or tells a story to make people, understand what you're looking for. And for e-commerce, I also built, I'm going on the demo site right now.
Yeah, so before we dive into the e-commerce thing, about the consent thing, because Chet was asking about the data collection. So the reason, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, Juliana, but from my understanding, the reason why Piwik doesn't need consent is because they strip out identifiers by default.
Yeah, they don't have any identifiers.
They don't have any identifiers when they collect data. I mean, strip out is the wrong word. They don't collect them in the first place. So because you're not collecting any identifiers that can be classified as personal information in any way, you don't require the consent. It's kind of like the level before legitimate interest. So you have like very basic level analytics that is kind of, you can do this to understand what's happening on your website, kind of thing. Like that's okay. So yeah, sorry, Forex. You do have to set it up, but you do not. Yeah, sorry, I didn't say that correctly. It does measure IP address and stuff, but you can set it up in such a way that it does not have any of those identifiers. Yeah.
Exactly. So when you set it up for the first time, it gives you the option of how you want to collect this data. So one of the options that you have is to have it completely hash or never see it. It's kind of like if anyone used Microsoft Clarity, for instance, to look at session recordings. In the session recordings, you can see everything, which is creepy as hell. I don't even want to go in there of how creepy Microsoft Clarity is.
Yeah, session recording is a big problem.
I know, but you do have the option to sleep well at night to actually, hash the IPs and what other stuff.
Exactly.
So, but with Piwik Pro, you don't, like, the default is you don't track anything. So then, like I don't, for instance, like that's why I'm not using it. I'm not tracking, as you guys can see, anything. I don't have subscriptions on my website, so I don't collect email addresses. So if I was to collect email addresses, let's say if I had a newsletter, then it would be different.
So you don't have a newsletter. You publish.
No, I don't collect.
You just publish on LinkedIn, basically.
I publish some. I think I might be on some RSS feed type of stuff for some people, but yeah, I just post and that's it. I just post it on LinkedIn or I tweet about it when I remember. But like, I don't collect any type of data from people, and
all right,
I plan to keep it like that. So yeah, that's kind of. Yeah, Microsoft Clarity is great, but it's dubious. But if you want to see how I built this dashboard from scratch, I'm going to send a video to you guys right now because I know we don't have that much time left. So I'm going to show, I actually have a tutorial on my YouTube channel, which is not as fun as,
it's not as fun
I'm actually
as live.
kind of sold. I'm actually kind of sold on this format. Like, this is really cool. I'm trying to
live
find
is
my
always
link
better.
right now.
Everything live is
yeah
great.
No, you're turning me into a believer right now. Okay, so actually to build this dashboard, it took me less than 20 minutes. And if you hear like build your website today, that was an ad from YouTube. And this is the video where I kind of like spend time. But what I do like about Piwik Pro, it's actually the fact that it's very, very simple for me. And like I already have to deal with a lot of, oh my God, somebody has 97.15.
Oh, that's close. Yeah, that's close, J. Walter. 97.15. Getting close. Someone did 98 earlier. This is very nerve-wracking.
Damn. But yeah, like again, like the reason why I like Piwik Pro is because it's simple, is because it's not intrusive to users, and I don't have to go through the headache of setting up the consent banner and going through Google Tag Manager, and then with the consent, it's like Piwik Pro was that if you do collect emails and if you do collect the stuff, what makes it cool about Piwik Pro is that they have their own consent management solution. So consent mode v2, all this stuff doesn't apply for you because they have their own consent management platform inside Piwik PRO. So when you're setting up Piwik PRO for the first time, then you go to the consent manager option, and then you can set up the banner, you can edit the banner, you can add your privacy notice, you can tell basically what type of data to collect, if you want analytics data, if you want marketing data, if you want anything like what fits for your business. And then you set this up directly in Piwik PRO, and you automatically will have consent reporting, because a lot of people are struggling with consent reporting because it's hard to sometimes really track that consent, properly.
Well, yeah, I mean it's
opt-in and opt-outs, and
it's implicitly an issue because you're not allowed to collect the data about the people that didn't opt in, right?
yeah.
So
You can only get the percentage, I think.
yeah, you can only know the percentage of how many times the option was shown, I think, or something like that.
Like
Yeah.
scene banner, opt-in and opt-out. But with Piwik PRO, you don't have, like, that's why I like it. Like, let's say I will start a newsletter, then I will just set up the consent banner and the consent tracking, and I don't have to buy OneTrust license or other tools license and then figure out how I'm gonna make that. I have everything in the same place, and like, why would I have to go and stress? So like what's going on right now in the analytics world with consent mode v2 and all this stuff and the DMA, that doesn't apply if you're using Piwik PRO, because you don't have those issues, because it's
Right.
privacy by default, privacy by design. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Anyway, yeah.
Thank you so much, Juliana. If anyone has any questions still, we have a minute or two before Juliana has to jump, because it is also much later
Almost
for you.
midnight.
Almost midnight for you. Yeah. Juliana's in a different time zone, so if anyone has any questions.
I'm still obsessed, like who would search somebody with Google Lens?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit strange. I tried it before. It didn't really work. It didn't really work.
It's bothering me.
We should definitely we should investigate. This could be like a really cool topic.
Can the Piwik PRO consent be used for other tools? Like, what do you mean? Like, what other tools? Like to connect it with Google Ads and send the consent status to Google Ads, stuff like that? Because I think you can send the status, if that's the question. If it's something else, yeah, I think if you have like consent, if you're collecting the statuses and you're using Google Ads, I think you can do that. I don't know how you can do it because I haven't used it, but that's
I mean,
I
I'm
can
imagining the consent state is probably stored in an object of some kind. You can probably pull it out.
Yeah. Because it doesn't work otherwise, because you cannot run the ads if you don't have this. So if you want, I can actually ask Kuba tomorrow or Christian and give you like a better answer. But I know it should be fine because they have a very good connection with. They have a good integration with Google Ads, so it shouldn't be any issue.
Cool.
And also they are connected with A/B testing tools as well. So if you need like A/B testing,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome. Then I guess that's it. Thanks very much, Juliana. Everybody in chat, please say thank you for Juliana making the time to come onto stream with this bunny suit person. Because honestly, it's not so simple to get people on streams because, it's late in the evening European time zone. So it would have to be someone from the US, and most people from the US are obsessed with other things. So I like having people from Europeans from the European time zone. Thank you so much for joining. It was really cool. And I'm just gonna take a short BRB just to organize getting Juliana off stream. All right, I'll see you in a second.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Is literally garbage. Okay? Because I have melon testers right here. I'm sorry, chat. I should not have made that joke. I should not have made that joke. I should not. Just force quit the stream, install the plugin, and restart OBS within 90 seconds, and the stream will continue. The timing on that one, 4X. Oh my gosh, the timing. Did you do it while you were away? It's not enough time. It's not enough time. But anyway, I have other plans for today, so I'm not gonna be blurring myself. Roof tile sandwiches.
I wasn't entirely on the ball as much as I am usually there.
Should I go get the
but,
ball
you know,
and sit on the ball instead? So that at least one of us is on the ball.
I mean, I'm sitting on a kind of ball right now, aren't I, with this stupid tail?
You said it. So the logo will continue to move itself in either up, down, left, or right. So you can choose. Hi, Panda. Wait, 24909. That's not even a... Ah! That's not even an angle! That is disturbing. You know what else is disturbing, chat? Someone using Google Lens to search your face. Oh, chat. Thank you so much. Is this real? Ooh, I don't know. How can I prove to you this is real? It is currently Monday, May 6th at 10:40 p.m. CEST. This is the live stream. You are currently watching the live stream. How else can I prove to you that I'm real? Maybe I should say something I've never said before so that you know it's not pre-recorded. So, biscuit mask, colorful face, telephone, emoji slide, underscore. I have never said those words in that combination. So, could it be based on related images that are on the blog? I mean, I'm sure that Juliana's gonna test it out to figure out what is that about, because Google Lens will sign in even if you use a QR code and don't have a UTM. Oh wow, Pretzel just crashed. That's interesting. Pretzel died. Interesting. Pretzel, no! So Google Lens will give you, even if you scan a QR code without a UTM link. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, okay, that really broke the music. Give me a second, chat. There we go. Interesting. Google Lens. Do people here use Google Lens? Also, if anyone has questions about Piwik and how the software works, then we can definitely still spend some time talking about that. If you would like to talk about that, if you have any questions. I think it's really interesting to think about content performance. Only for IDing plants. Yeah, I use it for the same. Is this poisonous? I use it for the same. Yeah, so I think it's really interesting to think about measuring content performance, and I know that Forex, you asked earlier if I measure my website. I don't really have any content on my website, so there's nothing to measure. This is the thing. I don't understand what I would even measure. Like page views, literally page views, or people clicking links. And it's just like, I'm providing that information because I want to provide that information, not because I care whether people use, like how much people use the information, if that makes sense. No, like that's what I'm saying. Like, even if no one goes there, so like even if no one visits a particular page, I'm still providing that information because I believe it's the right thing to do. I know that sounds weird. It sounds weird. But like my speaking page, right? Or like my sponsorship page. Those pages have their... There's a great word in German for this. Daseinsberechtigung, which means right to exist. Literally translated. Those pages have a right to exist because they fulfill a certain purpose. And regardless of how many people would look at those pages, they still have a right to exist. Of course, I guess on some level, it would be useful if I knew one page was particularly more popular than another. But I don't know. I don't think that would change... I don't think that would change the how I provide the information, actually. As an analyst, shouldn't you have a desire to know? Well, here's the thing, Forex. As an analyst, I only want to know things that I can actually take decisions on and do something with. Like, just the act of knowing something is not that interesting for me. Like, I don't know. Twitch doesn't tell me, for example, Twitch doesn't tell me the click rate of my thumbnail during the stream. Twitch doesn't tell you that. You can't really compute it. You can't know. So, you know, would I want to know this? Because I can't change my thumbnail. Like, I can't influence my thumbnail during a live stream. So why would it make sense to know the click rate of your thumbnail, you know? Yeah, I could see comparing like stream A and stream B. So here's the thing, Chris. I don't write articles. I don't like writing articles. I've tried it. I've written a couple articles in the past. I don't enjoy writing. So that's why I'm live streaming. That's why I make YouTube videos. That's why I make shorts, because I just don't enjoy writing so much. So if I was writing articles, then yeah, I could see improving content performance in that sense. But like I said in the beginning, I use platforms that provide data to me, like Twitch and YouTube, right? So I can't... There's nothing that I don't know that I could then act on. Like, there's nothing I don't know today. How does this make sense? I need to make sense of this statement. There isn't any information missing right now that I would be able to act on. That's right. I mean, at a very, very high level, sure. Like, how does my YouTube channel compare to 10 other similar data analytics channels? I don't have detailed stats on that, for sure not. I don't know if there's even a way to do that. But then how would that change anything that I do? I still subscribe to the belief that I know exactly what I'm doing and I do high quality things. So I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to change what videos I make because of what other channels are doing. Like, that's not my strategy. So again, if I don't know those things, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't have any effect. So yeah. So in terms of content performance, I think what would make sense to think about is if you have a blog and you do write, or you do a lot of publishing. Like Juliana said, like if you have a podcast and you have notes, like show notes, because you link to a lot of, like a lot of different papers or websites or whatever, then it makes sense. It makes sense to have tagging in there and try and understand, are people reading the show notes? Because it probably takes you a lot of time to put the show notes in. So you can evaluate if it makes sense for you. You can evaluate if putting in the show notes makes sense. Is it worth your time and effort, right? This makes sense. YouTube video, I guess description could be argued the same thing. I don't know if you can put UTM parameter. I think you can put tracking parameters in YouTube videos and in the description, sorry. I think you can put them in there. Because yeah, obviously, what are they called? Amazon referral links, exactly. Those work. So yeah. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, then I'm happy to try and answer those. And otherwise, I think we're going to try and wrap up for the day. Because that is kind of how things are going. Yeah, that's kind of how we planned for things to go. Did you enjoy the guest format? Was that, apart from me being cut off at my neck, layout wise, did you enjoy the guest format? Like, was that something that you like? Because I've only ever done that once before with Timo, actually. I don't know if many of you were here for that. Was anyone here for that? I think some of you might have been there for that. Thanks, Chris. It's always a bit of a, how do you say? It's always a bit of a toss up, because on the one hand, like, I don't control what the other person says or does. So they're on my stream. I know they're going to behave. Like, I'm not really concerned about that. But, like, are they going to go in the direction that I want things to go? Kind of, right? Are they going to be able to explain things as well as I want them to be explained? You know, like, I explain a lot of things differently than other people would because I'm used to live streaming. Someone who comes on as a guest probably isn't familiar with live streaming. Like Timo and Juliana both don't have, I would say Timo more now, but most people who come on won't know what live streaming is like, so they don't really know how to behave. And I don't have like a big checklist of items of like, oh, this is what you should do or should not do. And like, I had to turn off the 90 command because I didn't know that Juliana was slightly epileptic. So yeah, there's like that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff is a bit challenging, but this is the main thing, is that I get to profit and all of you get to profit from a very different perspective, from someone completely different, from someone with a different background. And it's a change of pace. Exactly, Chris. It's a change of pace. It like has a different flow to the stream, and now we're not bound by these arbitrary 1 hour limitations because of Twitch ads. We can take breaks whenever we want. And Juliana is absolutely sweet. Absolutely. Juliana's great. Like, really, every interaction I've always had with her has been incredible, really. So much passion, so much energy, and that's really, it's infectious, right? It's infectious. So the more interviewing I do, the better I get at directing their questions. Exactly. So I think that's one of the things I need to kind of learn or figure out, is how I want to have guests on and how much I want it to be and what formats I want. Because now we did a very hands-on one where we talked in the beginning, but then Juliana was screen sharing, right? So that's very different to just having a talking heads format where there's no screen share at all. I need to also play around with maybe with different formats, but I definitely have ideas. And if you have any great suggestions of people you would like to have on the stream, then as always, do write me in the Discord. Do reach out, and if you can connect us, then you know, I'm happy to think about bringing them on stream to talk about something. Absolutely. Yeah, so this is the thing, Chris, with the memes. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it just kind of like, I know what you're talking about, and I felt the same. It's just that if we take away the memes, then what, you know, what is like, what is the difference between this and a webinar? You know what I mean? Like, other than chat interaction drop game, right? And I guess that's kind of the distinction that I struggle with. I don't want to just be a webinar, you know? I want it to be a good format. You used to have pretty poor sound quality with your guests. Really? Oh. Oh, I know which stream you're talking about, Forex. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I know which one you're talking about. That was a big mistake on my part. I didn't check beforehand. But Juliana being a podcaster and having a podcast, that was, yeah, it was a given that Juliana was going to have a good microphone and a good setup, which she did. So I'm really glad to hear that it was good quality. I'm really glad to hear that you enjoyed that. Hey, Bigsby. We're just about to wrap up actually for today. But great that you're here, Bigsby. If you want to check the VOD, we had a guest on today, Juliana, talking about content performance and measuring it with Piwik PRO, which is a free tool that you can actually use. I myself have been on podcasts before, but Juliana is actually the one with the podcast. She actually has a podcast called Standard Deviation. You can see the link here in chat. I was actually the first guest on that podcast a long time ago. So final question, when you leave, will it be to a country or a state? Anyway, yeah, I think that's it for today, chat. I think that's probably it for today. Unless anyone has any other questions. I mean, I'm always happy to answer questions and stuff. So this will be the last stream for a while. I am going to be away for 2 weeks. We are going to... Yeah, we're going to be offline. Going to be offline for 2 weeks. My next stream will be on the 27th of May. So yeah, let's see who we can raid today. Let's see. Thanks, Forex. Yeah, I'm gonna have a great time. I'm gonna have a great time. I am really, really, really curious. I'm super curious about a lot of stuff there. And I have the weekend. Like I have the weekend there where I'm not working to do stuff. So gosh, there's a lot of people online today. Let's see. Oh, there we are. Working on a card game. Should we raid up or down? Time to wake up. Godot and Blender game dev. This seems fun. Let's go have a look. Oh, they're leaving. Oops. They're leaving. Of course, we could raid someone in the list. Could raid someone in the list. A lot of people with a lot of viewers. There's no one in the lower ends. Modding tools. BBB is co-working. Song themes. Card game. Any preferences, chat? I'm just gonna pick someone otherwise. Sorting. We all code together, part 6. I mean, yeah. Do y'all want to see coding stuff, or do you want to stick with like data related stuff? Because there's not a lot of data options here. Not a lot of data options. Emulation in an interactive overlay. Skill tree. Godot. There's a lot of game dev at the moment. I don't know if anyone's noticed that. There's so much game dev. Good night, Forex. Thank you very much. But I think, yeah, I think, you know what, we're just gonna raid Maya. What's Maya doing? Hardcore. Let's raid Trash Puppy. Trash Puppy's awesome. Let's just raid Trash Puppy. Alright, so I'm gonna be away for a while. Hope you don't miss me too much, chat. Honestly, it's been great. It's been great streaming again. I'm looking forward to having the time off doing other things, but I'm gonna be just as busy. Like I can't say it's gonna be relaxing. It's gonna be a different thing for me, different change of pace. And yeah, we will see each other hopefully in 2 weeks from today, 27th of May. We'll miss you, but our aim will improve. Exactly. Next time you'll be able to hit me, hopefully. And if not, you will keep trying. Thank you everyone for being here. Appreciate you. And see you very soon again. Bye-bye.